Hey, SBG solution-based gang, like, share, subscribe. Say no to rim, brothers, mothers, fear and sell no good suckers. Hype him up, hype him up. Shouts out Sharon Bracy and the Wildest. Wake up morning show, salute, big dog, shout out to the lure. PH, give a salute, Brownsville, SBG solution-based gang.
Let's go. Good day, everyone. How are we doing today? It's a beautiful Monday. Beautiful Monday. Let's go from here. It's wild out here it's wild out here in the world, man. It's a very interesting time that we are going through. It's like every single day, somebody finds a way to just do something negative. Good day, Miss J. Just to find something to destroy what somebody else built. What is this thing about destroying something that people have been building for years? What up, B Sneezy? Skull, Miss J. And I don't understand this new rhetoric about people that's been doing the same thing for multiple years as it's negative. Like, why is Ben Crump and Al Sharpton seen as a negative? Because they picked up on this case. Good day, Love Wisdom. Can somebody please answer that to me? I'm very curious to understand two people that dedicated their life work to civil rights and activism. Why are they the ones considered as race hustling? They've been doing this damn near their whole life, at least their whole adult life. Why people can't accept the fact that these people mean good for the community, and also they would like to get paid for their good deeds. Why is that such a difficult thing for Al Sharpton and Ben Crump and others like him? They always, whenever somebody is doing something good for the community, they always want them to do it pro bono. They want to do it for free. Your work ain't for free, whether if it's for a good cause or not. Whether he get rich or not off of doing the right thing, or it's so many people that get paid off of doing the wrong thing. Why is it an issue to get paid to do the right thing? Why everything got to be some kind of nefarious act? Why they can't genuinely want to help people? Why is it that they might possibly genuinely feel as this is a situation that Mississippi is trying to sweep under the rug? Do we not have enough evidence now where we should be very suspicious about what Mississippi is doing? Do we not understand the powers that be in Mississippi have children involved in this situation? Shouldn't that perk up your ears just a little bit? Shouldn't that make you understand? Shouldn't that? Why is it so difficult for us to just want to have justice, that we just want something to happen fairly? Huh, ADS? Why is it so difficult for us to demand to be treated fairly? That we want a proper investigation, that we want a transparent investigation. Why is it so weird that we have distrust with Mississippi, as if Mississippi doesn't have a history, like Mississippi doesn't have a track record? Or maybe I'm confused. Maybe it's me that has got this. Thank you so much, beautiful. Got me some freshly brewed coffee. Ooh. Uh-huh. And I got ass everywhere. The best part of waking up. Man, let me drink some water. Oh. Be sneezing. It must be that people get a kick out of antagonizing Black folks online, because I cannot think for the life of me, why does it bother people so much just to get the truth out? We're not even asking to do what they've done to us. We just want to be treated. We just want to be treated fairly under the law. Investigate the way how you investigate anything. That's all. Anybody with two eyes can see that it is something strange about this case. It is something strange about 4 children. Let me not call them children. 4 young adults hopping on a boat together, going somewhere together, and only 3 come back and 1 doesn't come back. And when that 1 doesn't come back, no police phone calls, no phone calls to the parents, and we act as if this is strange. But somehow, some way, the kid's phone is there and the kid's keys is there. And then now all of a sudden we got this new information. What's up, Damien? We got this new information about a brand new photo that is happening around, we don't know what time it is. They trying to claim that it's 1 a.m. It doesn't look like it's a 1 a.m. thing. We're not sure what's going on with it. Why the picture looks so, it's very suspicious, this picture. It is. Good day to you, LA Project. It is a very suspicious situation. I do not know anybody that have friends that when we got someplace together that you just leave the other one there. It doesn't happen when you get on a bus together. It doesn't happen when you get on an airplane together. It doesn't happen when you get in a car together. So why the hell would it happen when you get on a boat together? Why? Thank you, SH. Good day. Are you feeling me? You know what I'm saying? My girl SH say, yeah, I'm liking the haircut. You feel me? Listen, SH, it don't take much to get me all pumped up. I'll forget my whole topic and start talking about how beautiful I look. But it's a bunch of new evidence. They got judges. They got a judge. I want to play his video. It's a Black judge that just recently came out. He spoke about being a judge in Mississippi. He's a retired judge, and he explains what's his thoughts on this situation. I think it's interesting. We are going to check a look at the goddamn picture. That picture looks strange, and what people are communicating about the picture is very strange. Some people saying it's 1 a.m. and all these different times difference. The fact that it seems as if already that the Mississippi law enforcement seems as if they are partnering up with the Mississippi judge to cover something up the way how they are moving. They are moving in a very suspicious act. And is that a far reach to say that the Mississippi law enforcement is moving a little shady? Has there ever been a time in the history of America, Mississippi has law enforcement moved a little strange when it comes to black folks? I wonder. I don't know what the hell you talking about, Danderson, but stick to the damn topic. I don't know what the hell you talking about. This situation don't got nothing to do with Europe. Don't get your ass blocked up in here. I don't know how the hell we gonna save a god. We trying to save our goddamn selves first. So before, you know how it goes. When you're on the airplane, you need to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. So before you come over here talking about some goddamn save Europe, we need to save our goddamn selves. So you say one more thing about Europe, blocked, Wimbiana. Make sure you come in here with the proper, before you start saying nonsense. Don't get your ass blocked. You say hello. You understand the topic at hand. Let's discuss that first before we go into some goddamn sign, some goddamn Europe. I'm in a... Well, before we start talking about goddamn signatures, we're going to talk about the Nolan Wells case. Because that's very important to me at the moment. Shout out to you and whatever's going on with Europe, but I have no idea what that is. Don't piss me off today. So I ain't really got the time. I ain't got no time for the, I ain't got no time. You want me to help you before you help me? How kind of crazy is that? What'll be wrong with them, LA? Something wrong with these folks, for sure. And you ever notice how America... America has this weird relationship with justice. This is what I'm noticing. America has a weird relationship with justice. Everybody loves justice until somebody they don't like is asking for it. Everybody loves justice until somebody you don't like is asking for it. Oh, say it 3 times? Yes. God damn. Everybody loves justice until somebody they don't like is asking for it. And then suddenly justice got a membership requirement. It got a membership requirement. Hold on now. Whose justice are we talking about? Right? Because apparently justice is like a gym membership. Some people got the premium package. Some people got the free trial. And some people got told, sorry, your community has exceeded the monthly limit. I'm sorry. But that's just how it goes in America, man. It's crazy. But the interesting thing about America is this. Whenever a high-profile case happens, everybody immediately picks a team before the facts come out, before the investigations is complete, before the courtroom even gets warmed up. I mean, we don't even know if this is going to be a case. What's up, DJ Big? People are already in the comments like, I know exactly what happened. No, you don't. America has created a whole new profession, digital detective. Yes, yes, digital detectives, right? Everybody got a badge now. Everybody got a badge now, right? I investigated this case. No, you didn't. You watched a 40-second TikTok clip. Now we have the Nolan Wells situation. Salute to that, Winston. We have the Nolan Wells situations. And like every major case in America, emotions are high. People are looking at the information coming out and saying, wait a minute, maybe there's more to the story. And that's exactly why investigations exist, because humans are complicated. Life is complicated. And the truth usually doesn't walk into the room wearing a goddamn neon sign saying, hi, everybody, I'm the truth. The truth usually shows up late. You know what I'm saying? Like the truth usually shows up late wearing sweatpants, eating leftovers, and everybody says, wait, you're the truth? All right. Now, Ben Crump steps in, right? Sharpton steps in. And immediately you hear, oh, here we go. Race hustlers. Race hustlers. That phrase gets thrown around so casually. Right? It gets thrown around so casually, like people forgot these are actual human beings who built their careers around civil rights cases. You may disagree with their methods. You may criticize them. That's America. You can criticize anybody, but acting like they just woke up one morning and said, you know what? I want to become the villain in somebody's Facebook's comment section. No. That's a little ridiculous. Damn. John Bell said, I trust the internet investigators over the Mississippi justice system. God damn. Ben Crump and Sharpton. I don't understand why the criticism is so strong. I don't get it. Now let's talk about this phrase, race hustler, right? We talking about race hustling right now. Shicey Bum, good day to you, beautiful. How you doing? Look at Sonda. Look at Sonda trying to get blocked. Don't come in here so I'm just saying things if you don't understand the topic. Hey, over here on this channel, Sonda, we block people for not sticking to the topic. So that we ain't talking about no goddamn Trump. Don't get blocked or you got a warning. Because I have block parties all the time. It's summertime. Block parties is the perfect time for a block party. So make sure you stick to the topic, okay? Dave, it is a safe space as long as you stick to the topic. We ain't trying to censor nobody. Oh, see, there you go, Big Trump. There you go, Big Trump. You want to get blocked. I don't know, block party. It's summer. It's summertime. It's summertime. Make sure y'all hitting that like and that share button. Are y'all kidding me? Is you shitting me? The likes is ridiculous. Shiesty, the likes are ridiculous. Is ridiculous. Typical. You don't know what I. Okay, you think I'm playing. Next, you think I'm blocked. You think I'm playing. Oh, Jose. Oh, Jose, you want to be. Oh, I get it. What the hell are the moderators? This is why I don't give out goddamn. This is why I don't give out no goddamn wrenches. Y'all be playing around. Okay. Okay. Oh, Davey, you think it's funny? All right, Davey, you want to laugh too? Block. You want to be joking around with racist folks? You get blocked too. You got me effed up. Hold on. Let me switch to my other account so I can make sure I block you properly. So I see what's going on here. All right. All right. All right. Y'all don't understand. I'm here to protect my channel. I ain't playing with y'all. What the fuck? I'm not playing with y'all. It's a game. Okay. The lights ain't there. Just talk crazy. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna make sure you learn. Don't just come in here just saying stuff. Hold on. Let me get myself situated. Let me get myself situated. Oh, there he go. There he go. Hold on. Make sure. Put user in timeout. Hold on. Let me see. You get 10 minutes this time. Next time, we'll see. You're gonna learn how to respect the chat. Ain't nobody playing with y'all. Ain't nobody playing with y'all. Y'all tripping. So yeah, Shicey, I agree with you. So right now we are talking about race hustlers. Speaking of race hustling, people are trying to come into the chat and race hustle, literally in real time. It's weird. It's strange. But don't worry, anybody that do Shicey, anybody that's saying anything off topic, block their ass. We having a block party. It's summertime. All right. All right. So now we're going to talk about race hustler, right? This whole phrase of race hustler, because America has an interesting habit. It's an interesting habit. When somebody fights for the community, some people call it activism. Other people, they call it complaining. And the difference usually depends. It usually depends on whether they agree with the person. You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden I got called a liberal. That man don't know if I'm a liberal or not. If somebody fights for your side, that person is brave. If they fight for somebody you don't like, that person is making money off division, which is a very weird thing. Uh-oh, who's this? Who this? Who is this? Who's this person that can ask stupid questions? You think we give a damn about some sky full of elephants? Block your stupid ass. You think we got time for that? Nah. We don't got time for no dumb stuff like that. Stick to the damn topic. We're gonna block you real quick. We don't play that. We don't play that. We don't play that. SVG, we don't play around. Block. Block party. The trolls is crazy. Don't worry. We're going to take care of all of y'all. All of y'all going to be taken care of. Right? As soon as you making money is called division. It's the same action. Different jersey. Look, let's be honest. Yeah, Jayville, we having a block party today. It's summertime. Right? And let's be honest. Anybody famous gets involved in anything is going to benefit somehow. That's the world. A celebrity helps build a school. Everybody says, great person. Then somebody says, well, they got publicity. Yeah, because cameras exist. Duh. Like, it's okay if somebody famous get popping and they get some publicity. You think Tyler Perry paid for a funeral and said, please make sure nobody finds out? No, he's Tyler Perry. You watching me, Sonda? You watching me? It's always hilarious for somebody to say nobody's watching while they watching. Make sure y'all hitting that like and that share button, because that's what pisses these people off the most. We got to make sure we keep on pushing. We got to stop gatekeeping Sharon Bracey. We got to make sure we stop gatekeeping the solution-based group. We can't do it anymore. We got to get ourselves out there. The only way we can do it is if we do it together. Y'all have to hit the like and that share button. We only got 71 people in here, and we barely got 10 likes. That is ridiculous. What up, Otis? That is ridiculous. I understand summertime. Oh, you want to say silly black folks? Okay, now you get blocked again. See, I was going to let you live for a little bit, but you want to put the race into it. You just have to. There's something wrong with some of y'all. Like, y'all got an issue. I don't know what y'all problem is. I really don't. I don't get it. Let me see. How much you gonna get? I'm gonna give you 5 minutes this time. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes this time. Maybe you'll learn your lesson with 5 minutes. 1 minute is not enough. I'll give you 5 minutes this time. How about that? Summertime block party. Right? So Tyler Perry. If Tyler Perry sneezes, God damn it, that's all he got to do is sneeze. If he sneezes, somebody writes an article. Oh, you wanna come in and not wait? What's the stream about? Look at the damn title. Come in here asking me questions. Read the goddamn room. Don't get your ass blocked next. Asking me dumbass questions. If Tyler Perry sees this, somebody writes a goddamn article. Tyler Perry's is, and his historic sneeze inspires millions. But that doesn't mean the sneeze didn't happen. No. The good deed can still be real. So Tyler Perry's good deed for paying for that young man's funeral, Nolan Wells' funeral, is still a good deed and is a real deed. Well, put your goddamn glasses on, you can't see. Put your old ass. And then we always had this dumbass argument, why these people argument, which is ridiculous to me. You have a nice goddamn day, since you can't stick to the goddamn topic and read. Insane. There's another argument people make. Why do these celebrities always get involved? Because, unfortunately, America has created a system where attention matters. That's why. Sometimes attention is the only thing that moves the machine. I agree, LA. Sometimes attention is the only thing that moves the machine. Because guess what? A regular family can scream for years. Nobody hears them. Then somebody famous says, hey, look over here. Suddenly, everybody's paying attention. That's not always good, but that's reality. Fame is basically a giant goddamn megaphone. And America is a country where sometimes you need a megaphone just to get somebody to answer the damn phone. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. And shout out to Kaepernick, Tyler Perry. Right now we got Colin Kaepernick. He steps up and pays for the autopsy. And getting the body shipped to DC so they can have their own investigation, shiesty bum. Hopefully we can find out some more information other than his lungs filled with water. What up, Corinne? Good day to you. right? Tyler Perry steps up and pays for the funeral. And people still argue they making it political. Everything is political now. You buy a damn sandwich. Why would you buy that sandwich? Because I was hungry, god damn it. That's why I bought the damn sandwich. No, that sandwich represents capitalism. They like, don't you see that bacon, that cheese, that lettuce? All those is different references for money. Bread, what do we call that? Money. Cheese, what do we call that? Money. That lettuce, green, that's money. I'm sorry. I'll be going off my little tangents. That bacon. You feel what I'm saying, Jay Villa? America can turn a sandwich into a goddamn debate. So, Alexander said the world has changed because black men are currently moving towards Republican Party. Alexander, I will drop the link for your ass. Can you please explain to me why? First of all, let me ask you the question. Are you Republican, sir? Goddamn ham sandwich. Shout out to Tiny Wilds in the 2000s. Ham sandwich. Those get indicted too. Don't get it twisted. Ham sandwiches get indicted too. Oh, you're independent. Okay. So why are you fighting for Republicans if you're independent? Red Scorpion? Oh, you want to get blocked? Red Scorpion. Okay, Red Scorpion want to get blocked. I got you, Red Scorpion. Hold on. You don't want to stick to the topic? Let me go find Red Scorpion real quick. Hold on. Let me find Red Scorpion real quick. He want to get blocked. That person want to get blocked for some strange reason. I don't know why. Who got a red? Somebody blocked Red Scorpion for 1 minute so they can learn their lesson. Somebody block him for 1 minute so he can learn that. Stick to the damn topic. I feel you on that. I feel that independent is a dog whistle for Republican. Okay, that's a possibility. Alexander, hopefully you don't run anywhere because I will drop the link and I would like to hear your argument. I want to hear Alexander argument. Alexander, do you have time to hit the panel so we can have a discussion is the question. Alexander, do you have time to hit the panel? That's all right, Shadow. We got him. Hi, Alexander. Do you have time to hit the panel so me and you can have a discussion real quick? Let me know. If you have a minute, I'll drop the link so I can understand your position on this. So anyway, while Alexander take his time to let me know if he can hit the link or not, and make sure you're able to turn your damn camera on too. America can turn a damn sandwich into a debate. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people need to understand helping somebody doesn't automatically mean you agree with every single thing they believe. You can support someone's right to have answers. You can support transparency. You can support a family getting closure. That doesn't mean you already know the verdict. That's the difference. Justice requires investigations, no internet voting. That's the problem. As soon as we want some goddamn transparency, be treated equally so it can be just justice, it's an issue for us to want justice. I see Alexander didn't say nothing about hitting that link. He got real quiet all of a sudden. Interesting. And I find it funny when people get angry at activists for showing up, because some people say, I don't like Ben Crump. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to. But some people act like, why is he helping this family? Because that's literally what he does. That's literally what he does. That's like being mad at a firefighter because he showed up when someone's house was burning. I ain't asked you to come up here to debate. I asked you to come up here to substantiate your argument about what you're talking about. And I want to know what your stance on this current situation. That's all. You don't got to be a goddamn debater to speak your damn mind. You need to be a debater to speak your mind. Don't be scared now. Your words mean something. Right? And just because the firefighter showed up when somebody's house is burning, why? Why does he have to go to fires? Because he's a firefighter. What's his agenda? The agenda is literally in the job. It's literally in the job description. At the end of the day, America has a problem. We have become so divided that people don't even want justice anymore. They want their team to win. That's dangerous because justice isn't supposed to be a football game. You're not supposed to cheer when the other side loses. You're supposed to care that the truth comes out. If somebody is guilty, hold them accountable. If someone was wrongfully accused, clear their name. Both things can exist. That's what the problem is. That's what makes justice different from revenge. And maybe the biggest problem in America today is everybody wants the truth as long as the truth agrees with them. That's the problem. Red Scorpion. Okay, Red Scorpion. You forgot Red Scorpion. It's summertime. It's block party time. Summertime in New York City is where they have the most block parties, and clearly, Red Scorpion is going around to different block parties because he don't know how to stick to the goddamn subject. Clearly. Hold on, let me find Red Scorpion. There we go. Give him 5 minutes, Otis. Give his ass 5 minutes, Otis, so he can understand, God damn it. Give him 5 minutes. We ain't playing no more. You got to stick to the script. It's insane when you really think about it. Imagine, that's a great question. Imagine getting mad because a guy wants proper investigation. That's crazy. What up, Plug? Plug, we over here chilling. You know, it's the summertime and I'm giving out block parties all day. I'm like the mayor out this joint. You want a block party? You know what? I'm the ghetto Oprah. You get a block party. You get a block party. You get a block party. Ah! Everybody get a block party. So this is where I disagree with Fly Man Legend. Fly Man Legend. I disagree with you on this. And hopefully, Fly Man Legend, maybe you could hit the link and we can have a discussion about it so I can understand your point of view fully. But when you say there's no justice for black folks in America, so it's all hustle for these black lawyers, I highly disagree with that. These people have been doing this for years. They built careers off of it. So for you to say that they are just doing it, that's just I don't understand that. So I would love if Fly Man Legend would be able to come up and explain his position on saying that these black lawyers are just out here race hustling. That's just crazy. But the truth doesn't work like that, in my opinion. I'll be dropping the link shortly, Fly Man Legend. So, Man Legend, let me know. Are you available to hit the link and come up and have a discussion with me about your position and cam up? Let me know if you can do that. You can? Oh, that's awesome. All right, so I'm about to drop the link for Man Legend. And can you have your camera on, Fly Legend? So this way we can have a really good discussion because I want to hear your perspective on it. Let me see. Let me get the link ready. Hold on. While Fly Legend get his camera and stuff ready, me and Man Legend is about to have a dope conversation about his position. We're going to see where he's at with it. But the truth doesn't work like that, right? The truth doesn't care about your politics. The truth doesn't care about your Facebook arguments. The truth doesn't care who you voted for. The truth walks into the room and ruins everybody party. Everybody party gets ruined when the truth walk in. What up, Soul Provider? And maybe that's exactly why we need it. That's exactly why we need it. That's why we need it. Oh, Jose came back and want to get blocked again. That's crazy. You know what, Jose? At least you are persistent, Jose. I would give you that, Jose. At least you are persistent. But even with your persistence, we still gonna block your ass. It is a block party out here. Even with your persistence, we still blocking your ass because we don't play that. We keep it. Now we're gonna block you for 10 minutes now. Blocked. You've been put on timeout. Go in the corner. Shout out to, I believe this is my guy. Let me make sure this is the guy that was in the chat. I gotta make sure because people will just click the link and act a fool. Let me make sure this is my guy. Good day to you.
Yeah, my nickname is Fly.
Okay, your nickname is Fly. All right, cool. This is the guy I was talking to. All right, so Fly, what is your position? Do you think Ben Crump and Al Sharpton are race hustling, or do they actually care for justice?
I don't think they care for justice at all. I don't.
And so why? Even so, the issue that I have with it, Fly, is that Al Sharpton and Ben Crump been doing this for years. So you're saying for all these years they've been grinding and fighting for civil rights, that it's all been a lie all these years?
Yeah, well, what I was trying to tell you is my father has been a lawyer for probably 35 years. And every time I've had a case and now my record is expunged, I had a felony and 9 misdemeanors, but I expunged my whole record. I had a case where he basically told me to just turn myself in, and I hired a different lawyer, and I ended up having to not turn myself in, and I didn't spend a night in jail, and I just got 6-month probation, and I completed it. But if I would have listened to him, I would have had to go to jail, and it probably would have been the same outcome. But I just feel like these people, their hands are tied, and there's really nothing they can do for us but just make money off the system, and the judges override them. Unless a black judge, I'd say if he's a black judge, he can have some power, but just as a lawyer, you're not going to be able to override the judge.
Right, you might not be able to override the judge, but you can insist that you get the proper investigation. And shout out to you. I understand that your pops probably did you dirty specifically, and he had bad advice for you specifically. However, we cannot put that feeling onto Al Sharpton and Ben Crump. They did tremendous things for the black community and helping people move forward.
Yeah, I mean, and my dad, he's not just an average lawyer. And in my family, I mean, I could get in trouble for saying this, but we have the second richest black man in America, Robert F. Smith, who's worth 10 billion in my family. And I just feel like with the community, our hands are tied and we just don't help each other with money like other races would do. I'm a light-skinned brother, but both of my parents are like your color. But we just don't look out for each other like that. I don't know what it is. And I think our hands are kind of tied because these judges and a lot of these people, they just it's a section of black people who look at other section of black people like we have money and you're just a criminal. So if you don't have the accolades, the degrees, and the money like us, and you're a criminal, we just don't care about you.
So, okay, so the issue is that like black folks they do help each other. That's what Ben Crump is doing. He's helping out another black folks. That's what Tyler Perry is doing by paying for the funeral. He's helping out black folks. That's what Colin Kaepernick is doing. He's helping out black folks by getting the body shipped to Washington, D.C. so they can have an independent autopsy. So black folks help out other black folks all the time. The issue that we have is that people try to shun them for helping out other black folks. We got rich black folks that get into criminal activity as well. So it doesn't, like, the money situation is not really the big issue at the moment. The issue is that we keep allowing people to call Sharpton and Ben Crump, these type of individuals, as race hustlers, instead of saying, hey, this is what they've been doing for years. They are firefighters and they go to fires. That's what firefighters do. And so we need to give them that same kind of grace.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying because the independent autopsy, I think that is help. And I do think they try to help. I just think we don't have enough power. Like, as far as we have a lot of lawyers, we need more judges. I would say we need more judges. Like, we know a judge in my state. I've never had to deal with him, but I would say, like, with my dad too, like, he's always been a lawyer, and I don't know if he ever wants to be a judge, but I would have to say we need more judges and we need to go harder. I feel like they just don't go hard enough at all.
So
and you
they
can
are
even
going...
like send this to my dad because it could make our relations worse. And even me telling you guys that my uncle is Robert F. Smith, worth 10 billion, the second richest black man in American history. But I just feel like we don't do enough. I feel like we don't have the power.
So I would say this, it doesn't matter if Robert Smith is your uncle or not, unless he's willing to help a brother out. I'm not sure if Robert F. Smith is willing to help a small YouTube channel out, but Robert F. Smith himself, he did a lot for black HBCUs and helping out black communities and attempting to get black folks into real estate and into financing. So Robert F. Smith have been doing a very good job of attempting to build black communities to the best of his, well, I wouldn't say, he's been doing his part. Like, it's only but so much somebody can do. And on my channel, whether you know it or not, we respect Robert Smith on his channel. We enjoy it.
I know him personally. Yeah. Like, I know him personally, right? Through my dad and my mother, right? And the truth is, like, helping black people with real estate, I'm doing real estate on my own right now. I don't need nobody to help me with no real estate. If you really want to help a brother, you're going to have to actually come out of your pocket for real. Because I can do real estate on my own. I'm selling my house for $570,000 right now on my own. But I get what you're saying. I like your positive views. You're very positive, but I'm looking at it from the inside. I'm on the inside. And these brothers, they don't love their people. They love white women even more than me. And I'm a light-skinned brother.
Oh shit! That I was not expecting that. But thank you for that. Also, we got a new person onto the panel. Hopefully, he could come up shortly. Oldest Who Network. Good day to you. How you doing, Oldest Who Network? Salute to you. I appreciate you. What is your thoughts so far on this part? I got some videos that I wanted to for us to go through as well. But Oldest Who, what's your thoughts?
Okay, real quick, Grand Rising to the panel and Grand Rising to the chat. Real quick, to the point. I believe Al Sharpton and Ben Crump, those type of characters, I believe they're great lawyers, they're great activists, but in my opinion, I've been around a while, they're too polarizing for certain positions, and there could be a detriment in certain situations. I feel like a Ben Crump, and especially a Al Sharpton, when you get in front of the camera in certain cases like this, when you get in front of certain judges, I can't prove this. It's going to be hard to be proven, but I do have common sense. They're so polarizing to the fact that judges can hold that against them. We would never know. They know the loopholes, they know the laws and things like that. And they could be great lawyers, but they're too polarizing. It does seem like your Ben Crump and especially your Al Sharptons will come out and use your analogy. They show up to fires, but they pick certain fires that they feel like they could benefit them. They want to go to the biggest fire. They want to be at that particular fire so they can get in front of the line and get all the cameras and things like that. And to me, that could be very damaging to important cases. So they're very polarizing, in my opinion. And I'll land my plane there.
So my question to you is this, Otis Who. Do you think lawyers and activists that are not polarizing, that are not aggressive, that is not voiceless, that do not have a history, they can actually get the amount of attention that we actually need for this case to be investigated fairly?
Some cases, yes. It's not going to be a monolith. It's not.
This one, though. This case.
This one. I feel that's a great question. I do feel a non-polarizing great lawyer, and they're out there. I just can't think of one right now, but of course they're out there. Right. Would do great in this position. But since this case is so polarized and it's so powerful, it's so crazy with the claims that are going on. The first time, and it's sad, but the first time I heard that Ben Crump was a part of it, the first time that I heard that Al Sharpton was going to be a part of it, that made me feel like, oh man, it's going to be a circus because of their past and their history of showing up to certain situations, like your Al Sharpton with the, I believe he had we all know the not the scandals, but the situations with Al Sharpton and along with Ben Crump. Now, unfortunately, their good deeds probably go overshadowed based on their polarization, but that's just the reality of it. It could be a hindrance, unfortunately. So to answer your question and stop rambling, yes, there are great lawyers out there that are not that known, could do a great job. I just, be honest with you, I don't know of one, but I'm pretty sure they're out there. Wouldn't you agree with that?
So, no, I don't. Okay. I think Al Sharpton, and also I got Rush Dog in the back. He's cammed up, and the leader of the BOS, the Brothers of Stalking, Brothers of Stalkers. So we got the leader of Brothers of Stalkers in the back. You need to send a $20 super chat or a $20 cash app. Let me make sure people know where my cash app is at, because for some reason people act like they can't hit the like button, they can't hit the share button, they can't hit the cash app. I don't know why. What's the issue is I be doing a good job, Otis Who, and people still be trying to act all strange for some change. I don't know why it's up there like that, but we need y'all to start doing better. We need y'all to hit the cash app. We need y'all to hit the goddamn super chat. We need goddamn time. We need Mr. Smith to hit the goddamn super chat, goddamn it. And so what I'm saying is this, Otis. I think Al Sharpton and Ben Crump is doing exactly what we need them to do, is get the attention on this case on a different level. They getting celebrities involved by paying for autopsies. They are getting it on news coverage. They're going on like MSN and wherever is allowing them to speak about the case. And that's the main thing that we need for people that feel like they can't fight this alone. It is other cases out there in the world that is like this, that's very similar, when a child has got something happen to them, possibly some foul play, possibly some race play, and nobody ever gets the chance to jump in and help them. Because it's way more cases than it is Al Sharpton's. He only could work on one high-profile case at a time. So, like, I think we're not giving people like Ben and Al enough credit for attempt. You have to pick and choose your battles. You cannot go to every case. And every case is not going to be a high profile like this one.
I get you to a certain point. Yes, their presence is needed to drum up the information to let people know what's going on. I get that, because again, on the other side, yes, they are polarizing, but on the positive side, it does bring attention to the case. To me, what would be a great mixture would be, like, for example, I hate to use this because it's going to be taken out of context, but say, for example, like the Dream Team, you have your person out front who's the spokesperson to bring that attention. I get you. But behind him, behind that Ben Crump, behind the Sharptons, whatever, you have the other individuals, the lawyers who are actually out there doing the groundwork, who's actually looking at the case, who's actually doing their thing. But you do have that Ben Crump to first show up to the press conference to get the ruffles feathered a little bit, to get the information out there, and then some way fall back a little bit and let your team, let your law firm that you have, let the lawyers that you hired that you know can do the job, do their job. But to me, it just seemed like it's just a circus when I first hear of a Ben Crump. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I know that man is well qualified. He's well educated. I give him that. But to me, something about him, the way he shows up, the way he speaks, God forgive me, but the way he speaks, the way he's talked, the way he just comes across, it seems like an ambulance chaser. And I hate that, but it's just how it comes across. And to me, that would be a detriment unless it's used very, very carefully. It could be used the way that it could be beneficial in my eyes, but it's a gray area there. And that's just how I feel. I would be very uncomfortable for real at a certain point. If he was representing me, it'll start off strong, but I've been in front of judges. I know how they can hold things against you. I know how they can manipulate the system. So that's why I agree with Fly Man a little bit, to a certain degree, that if the judge know what he's doing, if you're too polarizing, it's not going to go well for you, in my opinion. In my opinion.
So, but my thing is, before I pass it to Fly Man, I don't think Al is really that polarizing.
Who? You don't think
he's
who?
Very well. I don't think Al is very polarizing. I think he's very well mannered. He communicates very like. I don't hear him say a bunch of egregious things. I think people try to make him out to be polarizing and I think his name itself is polarizing. When people hear Al Sharpton, they got this narrative against him. But when you just listen to him talk, you know what? This is what we're going to do. Otis to Fly Man, hopefully y'all got a few minutes. We're going to allow Al Sharpton to talk a little bit, and we're going to see if we pick out any, we see what we can do with it. How about we do that? That's fair? Everybody good with that? Fly Man, you good? Otis, you good? All right, let's check them out.
In my capacity as head of National Action Network, of joining my longtime friend, civil rights attorney Ben Crump, in meeting with the parents of Nolan Wells, the 18-year-old college student who was found dead earlier this week. His body retrieved off the coast of a Gulf Coast island where he was reported missing after a July 4th trip with friends. The parents of Nolan Wells joined me here, along with Attorney Crump, tomorrow night live on Politics Nation. I joined them in calling for a full and independent autopsy. Joining me now with more on this story is MS Now reporter Maya Eglin.
Hey, salute to Maya. Okay, Maya. So that's how he starts it off. Nothing polarizing, nothing reaching. He's being very honest and transparent, saying, hey, look, we just want a separate investigation, and we need some more eyes and ears on this situation, because a lot of things, and we all could agree, it's a lot of things about this case that looks a little fishy.
I agree. He didn't say anything negative there. I mean, I give him that, and I agree. There are a lot of acts that did take place, so I give you that. Now, when him saying that, that's the part I'm saying is useful, because he speaks well. He's known. That part I have no issue with. Now, at some point, that's when, for my example, his team should step in after that point and start doing the groundwork, start putting in their work. And let's take Al Sharpton out of it, because he's not the lawyer. I'm talking about more or less the Ben Crumps. Now, I don't really have an issue with Al Sharpton as long as he just talks and do what he does. That's fine. I think he tends to know when to fall back, but I'm more or less talking about your Ben Crumps, your quote unquote. I'm not going to call them a ambulance chaser to be disrespectful, but the lawyers that appear to just show up at the most opportune time, just it looks like a money grab. That's all it seems like, a big polarizing money grab.
So that's the issue that I have. Why is it a concern that he's trying to get money for the skill set that he has? Why is that a problem?
Well, you know what I think is the problem? I think this case is in Mississippi. I don't even think Crump is licensed in Mississippi. I think he's licensed in Florida and somewhere else. So you're going to have to find the best lawyer in Mississippi. But, I mean, Crump is just a front face, so I get what you're saying. Sharon, right?
Sharon. It's pronounced Sharon.
Sharon. I get what you're saying. But it's like, with this case, you're going to have to get the best lawyer in Mississippi, the best representation, and they have a horrible uphill battle because one of the kids' mom is a judge. So that's fine that we have an uphill battle, but the discussion right now is that Ben Crump and Al Sharpton is only there because this case is big enough and the cameras are there. And that's the issue that I actually have. And like, I don't see nothing wrong with, if they are the biggest names in these type of situations, why wouldn't they chase the highest profile cases? Why we slighting them for wanting to be a part of the biggest situations that's going on in America, especially somebody like Al Sharpton and Ben that have been a part of the biggest situations in America when it comes to civil rights since they was young. So this is not something new. The cameras and things is not something new to them. So of course, they feel like cases like this, that is big, high profile, they should be a part of it because they are big and high profile. Why do we want them to be humble to just keep on taking cases that is small to make them prove some kind of moral standpoint? Yeah, no, I do agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. I'm just saying, as far as this whole case, I think the best case is no case. I would have told my melanated son, do not go on the boat with your little friends. You're not going on a boat with no white tea people. You're just not doing it. Like, well,
unfortunately, we definitely passed that point. I get you saying, but we passed that point. But to address what Sharon was saying, if I was in that situation, and I understand how it goes mentally, when you're in that situation, you want the quote unquote best lawyers you could find. Unfortunately, but not unfortunately, when you think about that, of course, your Ben Crumps would pop up inside your head. And I can't think of another lawyer that would be that way. But a Ben Crump would pop up. Let's go get Ben Crump. But right after that initial thought, yes, he's known. I've seen him on CNN. I've seen him on all the channels. Ben Crump is known. Now you have to fall back and think, okay, yes, he's known. He's known for standing up for us as a people. He's known for taking these high profile cases. Yes. Now the next question would be, has he really won his last few cases? Let's look at his past. Has he really won? Let's look at that. Yes, I know his name. Yes, I know his vernacular. Yes, I know how he looks in his suits. I know the cameras follow him. But has he really won his last few cases? Do we know that? Do we?
So I believe, according to the chat, we could just search it up. But Ben Crump was a part of the Floyd's killer getting convicted, and also Ahmaud Arbery killers getting convicted.
Okay.
Do that changes your thoughts on? It doesn't.
No. You know why? Because those are two polarizing cases. I'm talking about cases that really didn't necessarily make the news. Let's see what his track record is there. Of course, the polarizing cases you could easily pull up. Of course, I remember him with the Floyd case. Of course, I remember him with that. Of course. But what about the cases that didn't make the news but was just important? Did he win those? Did his law firm win those? That's what we need to see, because he just pops up at the polarizing cases.
So that's just like with Johnny Cochran. Like, he have a law firm. That doesn't mean Johnny Cochran is gonna be on every case, right? And so same thing with Ben. So like Ben is gonna get the big cases, the ones that matter to the law firm. The smaller cases, he's gonna pass that down to the ones that's on their way up. That's just how it goes when you run a business. We cannot be mad at these brothers for running a business. They are in the business of civil rights, and they also in the business of attention. And so, and it's just that those two things need to go hand in hand: civil rights and attention.
Yes,
it just
I
does.
Agree.
Sharon, I actually understand your point. I think they're doing the best they can. So I get your positivity, and I understand your point. Yeah, I definitely do. I don't know, with the whole case, I don't get though why we just like I said, the best case is no case. And I'm gonna tell I have neighbors who have a boat. I live in the suburbs right now. I actually live in a neighborhood where there's no one that is an African American, right? And I'm not going on the boat with my neighbors. I'm not going on the boat with them.
No doubt, Flaube.
Just to be
I agree
honest.
with you.
And I had a little.
I agree.
Sorry.
All right, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna play a little bit more of this. We're gonna see if we got any more information that we could pull out. See if Al Sharpton doing too much. Maybe he'll even bring up something with Ben. Let's check out this news report real quick.
Maya, the Jackson County, Mississippi Sheriff's Office officials say foul play isn't suspected in the death of Nolan Wells, but the sheriff has asked for any information, eyewitnesses, or video that could help the investigation. This is after they said there was no foul play expected. Now, the case has attracted national attention. Tyler Perry is helping to pay for the funeral. Colin Kaepernick is helping to pay for an independent autopsy. And Spike Lee joined the family. Ben Crump and I at yesterday's news conference at National Action Network here in New York. Well, what's the latest on the investigation?
There's so many questions here that both family and community members have about Nolan. Again, this is an 18-year-old teenager. His family says that he loves playing football. He brought a lot of humor and joy into his community. I want to catch everyone up to speed as to how we got here and run us through a quick timeline of events that we do know. So July 3rd, that was the last time Nolan's mom, Christine, said that she actually saw her son. She said he made the family a salmon dinner, and then he went on this July 4th trip. This was to Horn Island. It's about 7 to 10 miles off the coast of Mississippi, accessible only by boat. Right. It was a July 4th trip. There's some images that appear to show Nolan on a boat. Some witnesses claim that Nolan wanted to stay behind on this island instead of returning with that same group of people who went there. That evening, when he did not come home, is when Nolan's mother, Christine, reported him missing to police. On July 5th, the family went out, community members went out to search for Nolan by boat. Police also got involved then. And on July 6th, that's when they actually found Nolan's body near Horn Island.
Now, I joined the family and Attorney Crump in their skepticism about various claims that they've been put forward about what allegedly happened. That Nolan Wells volunteered to have his cell phone and keys taken while he stayed behind on the island, and that he couldn't swim despite being a college athlete. Take a listen to this.
The family has distrust of the Mississippi law enforcement officials giving them a fair investigation where their black son ended up dead
Right.
after going out on a boat with 3 young white men.
We hear that this young man.
So is that what you're talking about is polarizing, Otis? Because those are just facts. You're on mute, by the way.
My fault. Yes, that part right. Yes, everything he's saying is facts. Again, this is going to sound like I'm double talking, but it is what it is. It's like a double-edged sword. Ben Crump is needed for this aspect. Bring attention to the case. I get that. But at the same time, if he was my attorney, yes, it's great he's out there getting the public the information, getting the world to know about it, bring them up to speed. I get that. But a small part of me in the back of my mind would be like, damn, would this be a detriment in that courtroom with that judge because he's so, quote unquote, polarizing? Unfortunately, 55-year-old man, that will be in my mind. Yes, he's a great lawyer. Yes, he's got the information out there. He's getting the attention. But part of me would be like, damn, would this backfire a little bit? And I would be nervous about that. I'm just being honest.
Otis, what do him being polarizing have to do with the law?
Unfortunately, a lot of these so-called racist individuals who have more power and control than he does can find a way to make us pay for it. It has been proven in history. Don't have me bring up the facts and all that, but I'm pretty sure the audience know what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter sometimes if you're right. It really doesn't. If they want you, they want you, and it could be a detriment. I don't want to be like a damn
crazy.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth. Unfortunately, it is. It is. You can't deny that. You cannot deny that they could use that.
The problem is we cannot just bend the knee and say, "Oh, they can just do whatever you want, no matter how much facts you."
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you need to find a way to try to play the game, and I know it's easier said than done. That's why I said earlier, use them to get the information out there, but also he needs to learn when to not necessarily fall back, but use his law firm to come in and do what they're really supposed to do and let them take over in some form of fashion. I know there isn't a perfect world that could be done. Use his face to get the information out there, but have this cold, informative, powerful team to step in and know when to fall back. You kind of saw that in the Dream Team with the O.J. Simpson case. I forgot who was the mouthpiece of it or the face. Was it Ben Shapiro? I think he was a face. Don't get me wrong. I'm bad with names, but you had somebody who stepped in first. His face was out there. Then he had that team come in and lay all the groundwork. He kind of fell back a little bit. He let that team get up in front of the judge and present the information and all that. He had different lawyers step up in certain parts of the case and do their thing. It wasn't just, quote unquote, what's the name? He just who passed. I'm I get all excited. The black guy who died. Yeah, thank you. It wasn't just Johnny Cochran. Yes, he was there for that face, but it wasn't just him. He had that team step in. There's a gray area there that you got to play that game, and I don't know that right mixture. But right now, it just seems like it's just Ben Crump, and to me, just a Ben Crump is kind of scary to me in that courtroom just by himself. But that's all I'm saying.
But the thing is that we don't even have a case yet, right? So Ben Crump, before I pass it over to ADS, welcome to the show, ADS. Him and Al just making sure it get the proper investigation. So if everything leads to people needing to be arrested, that investigation would be properly conducted, because nobody is trusting Mississippi right now. Mississippi is right. We see that the sheriff is a little shaky. He like, according to what my understanding. What you mean your understanding? Your understanding of what the judge told you to say? What do you mean your understanding? Did you like, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of things just seems very strange. The fact that a boy's he didn't come back, his phone got message deleted. And now we got this new picture. It is so many things coming up. So Ben and Al, they're not actually his lawyers or anything like that. They are just trying to ensure that the investigation moves out of Mississippi and we get people that is not connected to the Mississippi law enforcement to actually do the investigation. That's what Ben and Al is actually there to do.
I got you. And again, the way you just broke it down, that makes sense. That's common sense. They're bringing more national attention outside their particular just state alone. I get that. That sounds beautiful. On paper, it's beautiful. On the outside looking in, it's beautiful. I can't defeat that. I can't refute that. That's fine. But at some point, you're going to have to make a decision on what's that next move. And that's where that gray area come in. But right now, everything you're saying is fine. I get it. The attention is getting there that's being needed. I get all that. I get it. But you understand what I'm saying just a little bit though. At some point, it could become overbearing.
Okay, and also, yeah, thank you. Fly Man, when you're not speaking, just mute, and when you talk, just come off mute. Let me get ADS. ADS, what is your thoughts so far? Hopefully, we can get it to move out of Mississippi, Uncle Tom. That would be great if it can. Go ahead, ADS. What's your thoughts?
Good morning, Sharon. How's it going, brother Otis?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, sir?
I'm in a lot of disagreement with Otis and a little bit with Flyman too. This case needs as much publicity as possible. You got 205 open missing cases with Black people in Mississippi that nobody's talking about, right? Remember last year, 205 missing persons cases that are Black people in Mississippi. No one's talking about it. Nobody.
Wow.
Yeah. And then remember the 13 last year? Remember the boy before that, year before, which the sheriff's office disappeared? Mississippi, right? I mean, they got no history of this type of stuff. So let's get some publicity on this, because I'm going to be honest with you. This has been a kind of trending thing over the last few months when it comes to our youth, our children, right? Well, they're not even safe. You know what I'm saying? So we need to start, you know what I'm saying, basically eyeing this out, airing this out a lot more, putting more eyes on this and letting people see it more often, and hopefully deter the behavior. Because right now it just seems like they're just kind of getting away with it. As of something you spoke about earlier, Sharon, right? Now go ahead and drop out of this, right? You said that these Black folks aren't receiving justice. No. The message is that you're not worthy of justice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Okay, I like that.
Cyrus is shot in the back. Football year, a whole football field between him and the other guy. The guy runs and chases him, shoots him, and then turns around and says he has a gun. Didn't steal the water bottle, none of that stuff. It seems like that didn't get tried. Only thing they got tried was the gun. So it's become more and more disparaging, especially against our youth, to the point where, let's be honest, what's our future worth in America?
Again, I can't refute the facts that he said about the missing Black people in Mississippi. I can't refute the fact that this case does need publicity outside of Mississippi. All those things are true. They are. I'm not even refuting that. I'd be a fool to try to. I get you. But again, I'm going to die on this hill. There's a gray area there that still makes me nervous about certain, I hate this word, polarizing individuals getting involved. Yes, we need all the attention, but at some point it needs to be balanced. Do I have the answers? No, I do not. I wish I did, but I do realize, and I do have common sense, and I've been on this earth long enough to know that if this gets too polarizing and the wrong quote unquote lawyer has their paws on it, man, it could backfire. And I'm sorry, but I just feel that way, and I'm hoping it doesn't happen. But yes, talk to me.
A different perspective.
Yes, please do.
The question is, why do we always have to go to these extremes just to get justice? This is an extreme, right? Where you got Ben Crump and all these people involved with this one case. And I could say this was an outlier. This was just one case. Okay. No, this happens, right? No, this is every time something happens, we all have to get involved and get any type of justice, even with the shootings, the police deletions, right? Everybody had to get involved. BLM people marching, doing this. That's just simple justice. Hey, man, what's the law? What's predicating the law? What this person do? That should be an open and shut case, right?
It
To the
should be.
general public.
Yes.
But it's never that. It's always this. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out
Yeah.
there with everybody got march in the streets, and we got to get these high profile names, and people got to, you know what I'm saying, do all this and all that just to get attention on things, just to get any semblance of justice. You saw what just happened to Carmelo Anthony. Even though I do agree that he should have got some time, this whole court thing was railroaded. I mean, from tip to the end to, I mean, it was so quick because they already had worked out the details. Remember the gentleman's agreement? That's all that was. You know what I'm saying? They worked out details. So, I mean, I don't like this either. All this kind of, we got to do everything to get anything type of deal. But hey, it's the climate environment we live in, right? That's even as an independent. You know, politics is one thing, but with life and death is another, right? And this right here is getting kind of critical, right? With the way things are going right now in that particular circumstance, because a lot of people here don't feel safe, even though to me this is the best country in the world. There ain't no country better than America. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no other country I'd rather, I mean, unless you had, you know, women, you know what I'm saying? Single women, yeah. But
I agree with you. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah. So why do we always have to go to these extremes, right? These exhausting emotional, you know what I'm saying, circumstances versus just this happened. Let's see what we should be able to trust the court system to say, okay, we can back off and see what happens in court, right? It's like we can't do that. It's like we can't.
I'm loving what ADS is putting down today. Salute to ADS.
Shout out to him. Yeah.
Too bad his ass ain't cammed up.
Yeah.
Too bad his ass ain't
saying.
cammed up dropping bombs like that. He dropping bombs today. He ain't cammed up. Shame on you, ADS. Shame on you.
Yeah, I mean, again, I definitely agree with what he's saying. That there is no pushback at all. Right. But
you don't want
but it's not. But it's not a flex on my end. It's not nothing I'm proud of. But for real, I've been in front of these judges way too many times. I'm familiar with the justice system, and I know it's not always just black and white as it's supposed to be. It's not always based on the law and the statutes and codes and what's common sense as it should be. It doesn't always work that way, unfortunately. So that's what makes me nervous. This case does need to have justice. I agree 100%. So much of the fact that it's making me have these questions and these thoughts about the right representation and how it should be laid out and how it should be carried. It makes me nervous. But everything that ADS is saying, everything that you're saying, Sharon, I'm not pushing back on it. It just makes me nervous because I know the reality of the situation. It's not always black and white. No pun intended. It's not. When they can get you, they're going to get you. They're going to get you. They're going to find that loophole. So if the individual is too polarizing to me, that could be a detriment.
Shout out to Carl Anderson with the 5-ball. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Make sure we got over 170 people in the chat. Make sure y'all put some color in the chat. Let me know that is real. The Emmett Till case resulted in no convictions, but sparked the civil rights movement after photos of the boy's beaten body were made public. Very good point, Carl Anderson. This is why we need more eyes and ears on these situations. And ADS brought up a very good point. 205 black folks missing in Mississippi. That is something that needs to be investigated as well. Welcome to the show, Dark Spoon. First, I'm going to ask you a question, Dark Spoon, before you tell me your thought. Do you think Ben and Al are just race hustling? And if so, why?
They're fucking grifters. It's all been grifters.
Try not to curse, by the way, if you can.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, they've always been grifters. It is what it is. I mean, I expect that from them because 117 people were shot right after Juneteenth in one specific place, and you didn't hear a peep from any of these race hustlers. But and Lord AS was absolutely wrong. There's not 205 people.
Before you jump into ADS part.
Mm-hmm.
However, why do you bring up the gun cases that happened the day after Juneteenth? Was there any injustice?
Well, it was in the weekend. That doesn't matter.
Right, I understand the sentiment, right? We're not paying you to exact dates or whatever. It happened in 3 days, 4
Yeah,
days,
yeah,
right?
fine. I mean,
But,
but to me, that
right.
doesn't matter
What I'm saying,
because
so, but
an injustice on one is injustice on all. So
right.
yes,
So that's what I
if
want.
so, to
So that's
me,
what I
if
want to ask
anything
you, right?
happens, you
So
should come out for
no,
everything
Spoon.
that's
So
fucking
I want
wrong.
to ask you about it, Spoon. Is
Mhm.
that so? In my opinion, I think that's a crime problem, not an injustice problem. Why are you putting
There it
that
is, an
crime?
injustice.
Okay, good. Why is it injustice and not crime?
Because if someone enacts something on you, it's injustice happened. No matter if you want to look at it that way or not, it's still something that was unjust that happened to you. So to just say it just because it's a crime problem, that's just a cop out for anything that happens.
No,
Yeah,
I just don't.
yeah.
I disagree with the premise. I guess. So I guess we probably would never really get nowhere with it. But I just
No, no.
disagree with the
I
premise.
mean, I can
I
understand
think
why you're
it's
saying it, but I mean, we
okay.
gonna have a
Okay.
disagreement on that. That's all
Yeah.
that. But
Okay.
I hear
All
what you're
right. So.
saying. And I
Mhm.
just think they only come out during certain things. Like they didn't come out the whole time during the Carmelo Anthony thing. Not one time.
I think Ben attempted to, but they told him not to. I think
No, he
they
didn't attempt to. He didn't attempt to. He
yeah,
didn't.
I believe he, okay, that's fair, but I believe
Okay.
they told him not to though. I believe he reached out and they didn't want his help because of
Why?
the other guy.
Why?
Because the other
Too
guy that came out,
polarizing? Too
no,
polarizing?
no, that wasn't. They already had their team. They felt like they had their team, and they went with a
Oh
different team.
no.
Ain't
It's
nothing
funny.
but polarizing with
That's
that fella
funny.
they had hanging with them
That's
on
funny.
stage.
That's funny because no matter how you look at it, even this so-called dream team of Carmelo Anthony that he has now, what happened to them when it first happened? Why come out
Mhm.
after it happens? If you want to say you want to do it for free beforehand, do it for free beforehand.
Mm. It's possible. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna be mad at when they came as long as you get there.
Okay. I mean,
Dog Spoon, my question is, what is your idea before you go to your disagreement with ADS so y'all can have y'all quick back and forth? But before you get into that, what is your thoughts on this case? Do you think it's a lot of suspicious things going on and they do need a independent investigation to attempt to get the truth out?
Sure, I agree with the independent investigation because no one knows what happened. I mean, you do have a whole bunch of witnesses coming out. Well, not a whole bunch. We have some witnesses coming out now. I think it is kind of fucked up that you leave with a flock of motherfuckers, but you come back. You don't even come
That's
back.
two in
To
a
me,
row. Goddamn it. That's two
oh,
in a row.
sorry,
It's $2
my bad,
per F bomb. Goddamn.
my bad.
Shit.
But I think it's kind of messed up that they left with the dude because I don't care who you with. If you roll with with your partners, you're supposed to all come back at the same time. I don't care who it was. I didn't have white friends. I didn't have black friends. And if we go to the club together, if one get in a fight, we all get in a fight. We all trying to come up out of there together, not single handedly. I mean, that's crazy that the boy just ended up not coming back. And you know, I don't think
Okay.
it's well. I'm not gonna say it's not a race thing because everyone out there was white and he was black. But it is what
Okay. All right. All right.
I can't.
So
I cannot say
okay.
that
So
there's
you
not a
agree.
race
So
element to it.
it sounds like you kind of leaning towards that. It's very suspicious.
It's a
And
malfeasance going on, and no one, and the fact that no one's copping to what the heck didn't happen. All y'all went home, but he didn't. It kind of,
that's
boo.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wild thing. Okay, so now, all right, so we kind of got to some common ground there. That's good. So now, go ahead and go with your disagreement with the 205 people missing in Mississippi that you feel like ADS might have got wrong.
Well, there is 205 people missing, but they're not black people. That's all people. That was my disagreement with him. And then if you want to think about it, in Georgia, there's 500 on any given day. In Florida, it's up to 700 in any different year. So there's a lot of people missing. There's a lot of missing people cases that are open that deal with children and adults that no one ever pays attention to. And there's a lot of injustice going on that no one even knows about, that all these cases come up missing. These missing people and children come up, and we'll never know the light and get the attention of any of that. To me, it's kind of crazy that this only reason why this one gets more polarizing views is because he went out with a whole bunch of white folks and then come back. The rest of them, we just don't know what happened to them.
ADS, you want to address it?
Yeah. I put the link in the back chat for substantiation, right? So I'll read it out loud to people, and you tell me what you
Okay.
think, right? Maybe I misinterpreted, but I'm thinking I'm right. Broader context and tracking resources, because I went ahead and just ran a quick search for missing black, was it Mississippi black missing persons, right? Something simple. And it came back with the state currently carries roughly around 205 open missing person cases, actively frequently highlight a historic disparity in media attention and law enforcement. Urgencies regarding missing black individuals in the Deep South drawing parallels to past high-profile Mississippi cases like Rasheem Carter. That was the guy who went missing a couple of years ago, right? His mom called, everybody called, nobody could find that guy. If you're looking for more information on different individuals or want to look through the active database of missing individuals, you can utilize the following platforms. And then keep in mind also they had the little rainbow person who came up missing. That was a black dude too, Mississippi. So it's coming across to me like if you go to the state of Mississippi, there's a saying in Georgia, right? Come on vacation, leave on probation.
Right.
In Mississippi, you might just go down there and not come back at all.
Damn.
So yeah, but it's still going back to the same thing. It says missing persons. Those are not just black folks, my guy. That's overall all races.
He said black folks.
No. He searched black folks, but it came up with 205 missing persons, which is all races.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because I'm not saying that he's wrong about. I'm not saying the number's right. There's missing people out there, and I just don't want to see the foreshadow of it. Was just saying they're just black folks is crazy to me because that's all I'm saying. It's an injustice going on with all these missing people that no one knows about. I think they all should get attention, but we'll never. It's going to be a whole bunch of activists out there every time someone comes missing. Just think about all the kids that come up missing. You can even talk about what is her Big Tigger's wife. She hijacked her own child. I mean, come on now.
I feel
that was a missing persons case too.
But,
so
I'm just happy that you do agree that this do look shady.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because a lot of people are acting as if we shouldn't be concerned, that we shouldn't be looking for independent investigation, that this is just a normal thing that happens, that a bunch of kids go out and one of the kids come up missing, but you have his phone, you have his keys, you don't call the authorities right away. Like none of this stuff is normal. This is not normal behavior for if 4 of us went out, only 3 of us returned. That's not a normal.
It's not normal, but the thing is going to come out of Mississippi is wrong. It's not going to leave Mississippi. The only thing you can leave Mississippi on is court of public opinion. That's it. Everything else is going to be Mississippi. Even with the independent investigation, that's fine, but it's still going to be done and happen in Mississippi. So, do I think it should be? Do I think it should be something else? Yes, but they're not going to. The FBI, the only way you can take it out is if it's on. Maybe if it happened in international waters, but there wasn't international waters, so I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy, and hopefully the autopsy could show something else other than just water in his lungs, right? Because that's another problem too. Those are one of the hardest things to prove that somebody else drowned you.
Yeah, good luck on that. Drowning is one of the hardest things to
show foul play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You can hold him underneath water and he can drown himself. You know what I mean?
So it's just a very difficult thing, and the fact is that we probably shouldn't trust Mississippi law enforcement. You know what I mean? That's probably a real true statement.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with that.
You know what I'm saying? They just got a very strange history, and especially when one of the participants' mother is a judge. That makes it even more.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild, dude. That's wild, too.
You know what I mean? And then another thing, we got to, hey, listen, we got to tell our young people, stop getting on goddamn boats if you don't know how to swim.
And that's why I have a nonprofit that teaches little black children and marginalized people, including, if y'all didn't know, Asians can't swim more than black people can. Just let y'all know that Asians can't swim more than black people can swim.
But I think it's a foul stereotype that we have. But there's a lot of human beings that do not know how to swim.
Yeah,
a lot of people that go to the beach don't know how to swim.
Yes, I've saved like 4 of them. Like, for real talk.
Yeah, like they don't know how to swim and swim in that. And like me, I got to go back and learn how to swim because, like, you know, I'm at the point now when I got into the pool the other day and I realized I was like, oh shit, I got to get back into swimming again because I'm swimming like this with my. You know, when you turn both hands, that ain't how you're supposed to be goddamn swimming. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be extend, just so the above of your mouth is out to breathe, and then you come back in, you blow back out. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to breathe while you're swimming, not have one neck and you just fight in the goddamn water. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get back in the goddamn pool my goddamn self so I can relearn.
If you go in the ocean like that, you're going to die. Especially.
Absolutely, you're going to die. Absolutely, you're gonna tire yourself out in 30 seconds.
Hey, I'm an advocate for teaching your kids how to swim. I taught all my kids how to swim in the ocean. That way they know how to swim in the ocean because that's the most deadliest water that you're gonna face. And most people don't think that way. I think you should teach all your kids how to swim first off in the ocean. To be honest with you, that's why my kids surf and stuff now. So, you know.
Yeah, so I think it's just a foul stereotype that we have. Before we jump back into the video and see if we could pick anything apart, you want to say something, Otis?
No, we're good. I want to ask Dark Spoon just real quick. You don't have to elaborate real deep, but do you at least understand a part of my argument or my stance for as some lawyers could be too polarizing for a particular case?
Absolutely. Me personally, I wouldn't have Ben Crump around me with a 10-foot pole, to be honest with you, because of his the way he first off, there's a lot better lawyers out there. And let's be honest, they really don't want Ben Crump on that down there in Texas. Let's be honest. He's affiliated, but he ain't down there doing the work.
And why would you say that? I don't want him down
because
there.
I will say this. If you put his name on there, there's gonna be some exposure. The reason why is because black people trust him. For some odd reason, they trust him. I've never seen him argue a case yet, so I couldn't say that he actually goes in the courtroom and argues. So there's that. But to be honest with you, there's not enough activist lawyers out there. And if he would take more cases and actually do stuff for the people that actually face injustice, especially with these cops, and actually take these to court and actually win, I would give him more credence. But he haven't earned nothing that I've seen. Believe me, I go over majority of his stupid cases. He hasn't earned anything for me to say he's a good lawyer. I'm sorry.
He won the civil case for George Floyd.
He didn't win nothing. He wasn't even in court then.
So what did he do for George Floyd? You know,
exposure.
Okay.
He's an exposure junkie. Like I said, you will get exposure when even a dude in Florida, Jacksonville, that got punched out by the dang cops. He gave that case exposure. Did the boy? The boy didn't get off of his charges, but the civil side is where I think he's going to win. So is he a civil? He's not a criminal court. He's not a criminal.
Yeah, he's a civil lawyer. So yeah.
Yeah, he's not. So if anything's criminal, nothing's going to happen for you. So.
Okay. So you kind of agree with his civil style, but you don't agree with any. You don't think he can actually bring justice. Okay.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And was engaged in some kind of argument that was on tape. that his cell phone and keys ended up with one of the people that were there on the island and got away. He was one black with 3 young white men who happened to end up with his phone, happened to end up with his keys. Then there's just too many questions that they should not be closing the investigation.
Agreed.
Maya,
Do anybody disagree with that?
No. Again, you get no pushback. That needs to be said. It needs to be heard nationally, internationally. I have no issue with that. Again, it's going to sound like I'm talking out both sides of my neck, but at the same time, at some certain points, you get a particular lawyer, a strong enough lawyer who's been out there, quote unquote, this phrase, ambulance chasing, because a lot of people have that that thought process when it comes to a Ben Crump, unfortunately, warranted or unwarranted. He has that about him that says ambulance chaser. So you get him saying it so many times and you go into a quote unquote courtroom. To me, the outcome is not going to be good. And that's what makes me nervous. Do I have an answer?
I guess my problem is this, Otis, because Shicey made a very good point. Like the ambulance chaser situation, that is from white lawyers, literally. So why are we acting as if people that are getting mainstream coverage and been doing this for years, like Al and Ben been doing this for decades now. Why are we trying to act as if that just because they doing it to get financial gain as well as do some injustice, that there is something wrong with making a profit off of justice?
Because Al ain't done nothing for years. Al just puts himself out there. You know what? If you want to say something like that, tell him to get that Coke money back that he that he swindled in there. You know what I'm saying? The man was a half of a pimp, but we ain't gonna act like that. We gonna act like we ain't seen none of that. He's out there prostituting people.
I'm blind to it.
let's not leave that alone. Now you can say, like I said, you can talk about Ben Crump because he is a civil attorney. I get it. We can't put him in the same boat as Al. Al Sharpton ain't did nothing but open his yapper and be around the right people. But he's been wrong in almost everything.
A lot. Did he have something to do with it?
So let me dive into that because I'm very curious to understand what has he been wrong in. If you could name some notable ones.
I just told you his boy's half of a pimp out there. Him being a
pimp, that don't got nothing to do with him being wrong. Like, what was he wrong in?
First off, he ain't a preacher. So I don't even think the man believe in God, to be honest with you. I really don't.
See,
I think he's a charlatan. I think he's a charlatan. Listen, he's faking it in the $2 bill, bro. Even though there is $2 bills that you can actually cash and use, he's about one of them. Matter of fact, I got a $2 bill to be exact.
Me too. I got a $2 bill as well. But I just don't see. I just don't see why people have such a disdain for Al. What I think, if we was to look at his track record, he probably did more good than harm in his career.
Name some of it.
I can't. At the current time.
Just like me, I can't either. So we're stuck in the same boat.
I'm just saying.
I'll jump back in.
I'm not saying you wrong for not being able to. I'm just saying that you made the claim. I thought you just had something. You know.
I think he's been wrong in every case. The appearance of being wrong to me. How about that? Is that better? He has appearance.
That's better. Right? That's better.
At least have the evidence to show. So he found
a
NAN, right? People forget about NAN. You know what I'm saying? That's the National Action Network, national political campaigns. He's run 2 or 3 of those in 1994. Media broadcasting, works for MSNBC, social and legislative advocacy. Unfortunately, I can't rock with Al a lot of his advocacy because I don't think it benefits Black people. And then he just simply, saying from that point into civil rights issues and then active, advising and memorize, whatever that is, right? So he's done some good stuff out here, it looks like. Just maybe not as to approval of certain people.
Let me ask you a question. Lori. Just because you start a so-called nonprofit, does that make you mean you're doing good? Are you advocating for people?
You can judge it, right? But
no. I just ask simple. Does that mean that you're doing good because you start a nonprofit that you earn money out of?
Are we talking about in regard to Al Sharpton or just a nonprofit in general?
Just anybody. I mean, I got a
you're right about
nonprofit.
that. I mean, there are plenty of nonprofits out here that don't profit anybody. There's tens of thousands of them, right?
So to make that as an accolade to me is just bogus because we know this man has been all about the Benjamins, baby.
I'm not as sure about that, believe it or not. Because
Okay.
he hasn't made a lot of money. What is Al Sharpton's net worth? Let's take a look at that.
And then the political thing, if you really want to say anyone that deals with politics like that on a national level who doesn't see both sides, only sticks to one side, and that's because they can get you to say what you want them to say, they can get you to say what they want you to say. You're not doing nothing for no one. You're just being another talking head for someone that doesn't got your best interest at heart. Again, I would say this. Tell me what Democrats have done for black people.
Al Sharpton's estimated net worth is between $600,000 and $1 million. Despite generating high annual earnings from the media presence and leadership positions, his overall net worth remains comparatively low due to history of substantial tax debts and campaign liability. So he's taken some L's on his campaigns and lost a lot of money. Nan is worth $324, which is a decent amount. But it's something about $1 billion in back pay. I don't know what that means. Well, he's on TV and radio, right? So just say it. I don't know what that means. You know, so but you see, he's really not a rich man per se. He's just above average, right?
He just using his nonprofit to earn money. Come on, man.
But what I'm saying is that, like, why do we look at that like there's something wrong? I don't understand. That's the part that confuses me about it. So what? The man makes some money.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. That's why I just say I can't trust him.
But right, like, just because he makes money, why we can't trust him?
I'm not mad at him for making money. Everyone should make money. I'm not saying don't.
All right, so why are you saying don't? What is it that we not trust that we don't trust that he is? What is that you don't trust about him?
The man only comes out and advocates when it's something to be gained about it. When there's nothing to be gained, listen. When like I said, 117 people got shot, and I don't know how many got deleted.
But why does that make him untrustworthy? Is what I'm trying to understand.
Because when you only come out to ambulance chase, like everyone says, you don't have the black people's interests at heart. You don't. You only have your interests at heart. You can say, "Oh, I'm coming to shed light and blah blah blah." Nah, man, you out here trying to get yourself some more accolades, like whatever Lord ADS said. When he ain't got nothing to do with it after the dang 2 weeks. The same thing he did with the whole
okay, so what I'm asking, though,
the whole Walmart thing in Chicago. He came out as a show, and it was so funny. Like right after that, the man had nothing to do with that whole boycott. It's like he only out there to show, and then after that, oh, y'all should buy here. You should buy here, and then all the black, but I ain't buying nothing here.
And to be honest
what I'm saying, so you don't trust that he is doing it for the right reasons, is what you don't trust?
Definitely not doing it.
I feel that way.
So I'm saying, I'm just trying to get an understand what you distrust. Because
that's my whole point. Is not doing it for the right reason. If you're only out there trying to do it, make yourself look good. The man is more vain than me, and that's terrible.
What I'm saying, I just bit my damn lip. Why is it important? Why is it important that he's doing it out of the most honesty whatsoever? As long as he gets the job done, should be the most important thing.
Because he ain't honest.
It's a lot of people that get things done that ain't honest, and we don't better highlight that.
Okay, so you don't care about that. You don't care about the reason why a person does it. You just want them to get it done. That's a good stance for you. Okay.
Yeah, I want them to get the job done. That's right. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what Donald Trump feel like. Just get the job done. Make this country better. Doesn't matter what other shit he got going on.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Make this shit
I mean, I
better.
hear you. That's a lie.
No, seriously,
I hear you.
but the things that he's doing, for me personally, I don't see that he's making things in the right direction, right? I just don't like a lot of the things that he's doing. Maybe later on in the future he could make me bite my words, but as of right now, I don't like a lot of things that he's has put in place. So what I'm saying, I don't give a damn what your. That doesn't matter. I don't want to derail it. We can have another show. You could we could discuss that another time.
I wanted to hear what you had to say. I wasn't going to derail it.
But what I'm saying is that, like, just because Al Sharpton might not be the most blacktivist person in the world, that don't mean anything.
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. You know, I'm not all with that blackity black work stuff, so I'm with you on that.
Just because he's an opportunist, it don't mean anything. If you are somebody that can see it, and you can make more attention come to it and possibly get this young man's family some kind of proper justice, that's the only thing that should matter to us. We got to stop trying to make every black person be the most Jesus-like person in the world, while the other side, they don't give a damn about none of that. They would choose the most downright dirty judge, the most we know what they politicians doing.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I said you need a mixture. And again, I don't have the answer, but he's good at bringing the attention to the issue. I give him that.
I mean, I said that.
Right. But after that, again, God, please give me an answer. He doesn't have the answer after that. Let me give you one quick example. When we had that Mike Brown, the Ferguson riots go on here in St. Louis, which was a horrible situation. I can remember like yesterday. He brought his ass down here, and it brought so much contention, so much confusion, so much mess here in the St. Louis area, because they were all fighting for the attention of the media, and they was trying to take over a local church here in St. Louis. It was a big mess, all because of the likes of your Al Sharpton. For real, I remember that.
It was a big mess. It was a big mess because the cops didn't do what they're supposed to do.
I'm not talking about the actual event. I'm talking about when he actually showed up with all the cameras and they were trying to fight for this to get into the church to hold the funeral and all. There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. I was here. I was down there. It was a big political, big money issue because the likes of an Al Sharpton wanted to take over the press conference, the whole press run, all that to get into that church. I remember it.
It's no different than what they did at with Jesse Jackson's funeral. They did the same thing at Jesse Jackson's funeral because Jesse Jackson did what Junior said. He didn't want none of that political talk there. Get what they did. They did what they wanted to do.
Right. And it took away a little bit from what was actually going on. They were supposed to be down here for Mike Brown. And that whole big circus made it about the likes of the Al Sharptons. Trust me, that's what happened. And that's the point I don't like. That's the point that could backfire.
Speaking of opportunities, we got Royce M in the back. You want to have to show some love and support to the show so we know that you ain't just up here for yourself and that you actually up here for the show and you're up here for the SBG group. So you need to send a super chat, a cash app, a PayPal. You need to send something, Royce. You've been here for 3 years and you never sent a goddamn dollar. So you need to send something, Royce. You're in the back chat talking, but you don't want to. You want to just be an opportunist, Royce. We tired of that. According to Otis and Dog Spoon, we tired of you opportunists without actually providing anything. A random independent. I don't trust Al Sharpton because he's self-serving. But Trump, on the other hand, why is this bum even here?
Well, I'm gonna go Bible on y'all real quick. Every leader is put in place because of God put him there.
You ain't shit for that.
I mean, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. So if y'all believe that Bible, you gotta believe that Trump is there because God wanted him there.
That was crazy.
Can you elaborate on why there's so much distrust here between Nolan Wells' parents, state, and local law enforcement right now?
Rev, I think you said it perfectly. There are too many questions to be closing this off, to be ruling anything out right now. And for officials to say that they expect no foul play before the investigation, before witnesses, before all the physical evidence has really been taken into account, is what's causing so many people, including Nolan's family, to be confused here. They are asking for full transparency. This is the reason why they're requesting the independent autopsy, so they'll be able to compare what the state tells them and what this independent autopsy tells them. But time and time again in this country, especially in the South, especially for Black and Brown Americans, we've seen stories like this that are so painful and really hit a nerve, I think, with all Americans, because it's a cycle that keeps repeating. Regardless of the outcome, it is a story and a framework that hits a nerve.
Now, Nolan's mother, Christine, said this wasn't how she wanted her son to be introduced to the world. Take a listen to what she and Nolan's father, Elmer, had to say about his character.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan is.
I go front. I do not like the fact that he's rubbing on her damn shoulder.
Right, get your hand off my wife's shoulder. Is that her husband behind her?
Yes.
Man, if you don't move your damn arm, your hand, for real. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, that's just a us thing. Oh, this I don't know. Maybe just me and you.
The kindest soul. He never met a stranger. He loved everybody. He didn't care if you were black, white, purple, green, looked like a...
So this couple is not married? That's another problem. Why her name different?
Oh, they not married? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, their last names are different. Motherfucker.
I thought they were married. At least that's what I thought. I thought they were married.
Hopefully it just didn't change. Maybe she wanted to keep. Maybe she the only daughter, so she wanted to keep her daddy's name alive.
Marshmallow, like he just wanted everyone to be in peace with one another.
Nolan is a person with a big heart.
Oh, they are married. So why his last name Wells?
Yeah, that's strange. I don't understand. Anyway, that's crazy though.
Sharon, didn't you say you'd take your wife's last name?
No, he didn't say that.
Who the hell you think you is?
Wait. You ain't never said that before?
No, he ain't never said that.
Oh, no,
he had a whole show on him saying that he would take his wife's last name. It's just a last name. Don't play with me. I remember.
No, we don't play that.
You don't remember shit.
No, nothing.
You got a head injury. You don't remember a damn thing.
Oh, so I'm lying.
I don't know if you're lying, but it look like you're flying. I'll tell you that.
Get the fuck.
And that's another $2.
I didn't say the whole word. I said "Fuh."
All right, hold on. And make sure y'all hitting that like, the share, and the goddamn super chat button. I'm tired of y'all trying to act like y'all ain't supposed to be supporting the black brother. It's insane. It's insanity. It's ridiculous, actually. All the message was for 99 cents. It's simple. Hit the super chat, hit the cash app. 99 cents at a time. We be all good. It's over 170 in the place to be. Let's get it together. 99 cents at a time.
He's loved by not just his family, but the community. He's a born people person.
Why is there such a national response to this young man's death? Why is it resonating with Black Americans particularly right now?
That's a great question. Why do we believe this is resonating with Black America right now?
Black people love a love-hate story.
What?
Yeah. We ain't even gotta have a reason.
We do have a reason. This is a young man that's doing.
But I said we don't have to have a reason why. We just if it piques interest about something being close or minutely freaking close to being a race issue, Black people jump on it. The same dude that got hung, I think it was hung in Mississippi. Yeah, but my mom don't never let me leave it because I tell her I love Mississippi. Even though what that boy name was from the what is his name? The football player, Kaepernick. Kaepernick did all that, paid for it to have an independent autopsy, and he didn't even release it because it didn't fit the narrative. And the autopsy said the same thing as their autopsy. But we love to say that white people hung him, even though, we have a thing that people do like to end themselves. It doesn't matter if you white, even though it's not a black thing per se, because it don't get a lot of attention that black people absolutely do delete themselves. We act like it like just because it has something to do with hanging from there, that it don't be done. People like to delete themselves. And his whole thing where they say there was bruises and all that, his whole thing was the same thing as theirs. That's why he didn't release it. That's the only way I can say it, because he said he was going to release it, that he never did. That was a story that I did a while back, and I was waiting for it because I hate this part, right? Because anything that's dealing with a white and black issue, we want to over glamorize. Even now, I will say about the little Asian dude and the black dude shot the kid in the back. That boy should be underneath the jail.
I agree.
Should be underneath the jail. But I don't know how you blame white people for that when there were black people on the dang jury.
Well, that's because we understand in today's society, we got a lot of black folks that dislike black men. And they show it time and time again. We hear them we hear it. Like, for the simple fact, bro.
We can't blame white people for that.
What I'm saying,
you gotta blame them. You gotta blame the person who did it. The person who did it was an Asian. There should be some Asian hate out there.
It is. Black folks is boycotting Asian businesses all over America. So what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. You know what I'm saying? Your daddy rental car business is done. That's all I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this.
That's a fact.
This young man, like, he represents a lot of good things in black men. And I don't understand why people have an issue with other black folks just want a real truth to come out, because this thing looks fishy as hell.
No, I'm with you on that. This is fishy. It's fishy.
So, and that's the main reason that, like, and number two, that we gotta stop acting as if being the only one there is something safe for us. That's another issue with this case too. Like, we cannot be the only one there. That's why people keep on asking me, Sharon, you going to Russia? Hell effing no.
There's black people in Russia, sir. There's a lot of blacks in Russia, sir.
No, it's Africans there. And
so the Africans are not black? We don't do the whole diaspora thing no more?
Yeah, what I realize is that they act a little different. Like, even when when I'm in other places in other countries and I see them, they don't look at me like, hey, there go my brother.
What?
I realized that. I was hey, look, I ain't gonna lie, Dawson. Yeah, look, I ain't gonna lie. I was surprised. So I was like, God damn, you put your nose up at me? You know what I'm saying? But when I see other people that look like me and you, that we could kind of tell, like, oh, we kind of give each other the head nod at least. Like, oh, okay. You know
that's for sure. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I'll rock with all humans that are American. I don't rock with no one else. I don't care, especially outside the country. But I'm with you on that. I've always, because I grew up on pretty much a military base, Lawton, Oklahoma. Right. So I had white friends, black friends, Mexican, Indian, all these different races, right? So, but I had this rule. My mom and dad never had to tell me. I had this rule. I'm not going to be the only black in any particular race, whether it's white folks, black folks, Indian folks, Mexican. Because listen, everyone ain't got your best interest at heart. I just can't be around a whole bunch of one nationality. Because I think there's ego and vainness comes out on everybody when they have it there, and then they act in wolf packs when it happens. Correct. And I'm not gonna do it. I tried to tell my son that, because he a mixed breed like me, and he had to find out the hard way. I said, listen, I told you about this. You be around a whole bunch of them. They gonna make sure that you know that you a Niger. And he found out the hard way. You may be mixed, but in some people's eyes, you just a Niger.
Right. And I think that's what this case is really bringing up, because that case that happened in 2019 with Tamala, the young lady, that she was at the pajama party with a whole bunch of the opposite race slumber party, and she was the only black one there.
Yeah.
Her ass didn't wake up the next day.
And she was grown. She was grown.
She grown. She was like damn near 35, 37, something like that.
Still doing slumber party. That's crazy.
Like we have too many examples of, hey, we cannot be the only one. Stop thinking that it's okay to be the only one.
If I may, let me give my little pushback. I agree with you guys to a certain extent. I really do. Call me naive. Call me being a contrarian. Let's have a conversation. I am a veteran. I've been come on now, spoon on them. I've been around all different types.
Yeah.
Where I'm the only one. Well, sometimes that even empowers me. I'm the only one. I've been the only one on softball teams. I've been the only one in certain situations where I'm the only one. And thank God nothing has happened to me. Thank God in most situations, I am, quote unquote, taken in and treated fairly from the outside looking in. Who knows what their intentions are, but from the outside looking in, they never cross that line with me. So I tend to push back on that to a certain degree. I really do. When I go to restaurants, a few of them, sometimes me and the wife, we're the only one in there. And the wife touches me and make me realize that. And I look around like, I'm not worried about that. But then she make a little joke. Be careful. You sure you want to eat the food? We don't know when in here. She crack a little joke. But at the same time, I'm like, come on, you going overboard with that. So
I hear you. I understand you, because I golf. Don't listen. I'll be like be like 2 or 3 other black dudes on the whole golf course telling it. And I go. Now, the only thing I got going for me, my best friend who white, he act more blacker than me. So we just call him a Nazi Nidra. So, it is what it is. I only go golfing with people I trust. I ain't gonna go with these people. I grew up with him since I was like 9. So he damn near my brother. So I ain't gonna go with people I don't know.
And also, like, just because you made it out safely doesn't mean that it shouldn't be a caution. The problem is that the young lady Tamala and the young man Nolan, it seemed like they didn't have no caution. They didn't really recognize and be self-aware of the environment. Like, your wife is very self-aware. She's like, hey, baby, we the only one. So, your ears and eyes, your 4 eyes need to be perked up a little bit. And you like, oh shit, I ain't even noticed. No, your ass need to be self-aware to understand what's going on. So if you do eat something and you cough up, hey, babe, don't eat, be self-aware of the situation. Don't be
trust me.
Don't be caught out there. So that's the main purpose.
I got you. So you guys trying to, I'm not going to ask this question. Well, I'm going to ask it. I don't know the answer. I really don't, because it all depends on how I wake up and I need to be aware of the situation. But so you guys are telling me as parents, because we all are parents, that your son or daughter in that exact same situation, high school, whatever, trip or whatever, yada, yada, and you realize that your son or daughter is the only person of color, the only melanated individual going on that trip, you will not let them go? If you had anything?
No, a school trip is a little different.
Okay, let's take it outside. Use their situation.
He wasn't at a school trip, so like the school trip. A school have a little bit different responsibility. He just was outside with his friends on vacation.
Okay, let's use that.
And that's
why I need to bring the school in. So you wouldn't,
especially if
I wouldn't advise of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't advise of it, especially This be honest with you. Like I told you, I get a story about my son. He went out there, and when there's alcohol or any type of illicit drug that's going to be used, and you're the only one out there, that's when people run in packs. And again, they will let you know that you still a Negra. I'm just putting it out there. You may make it home once, I'm telling you, the second time, and the messed up thing about it was the pistol I gave to my son to make sure he always had on him, with there being alcohol and everything else involved in it. They got that up out of him because he didn't have his whole brain about him. So to this day, we don't know where that pistol is. But he barely made it. He barely made it home. He's running through the woods.
Oh, I know about that.
So this is here in Florida, and he a mixed breed. So I don't advise them. Like I always tell them, do not be around just a group of people, and you the only one.
I can't believe I got the black version of Uncle Tom today. That is so awesome that I got the black version of him today. Because normally,
to be honest with you, Sharon, I'm a realist. I don't believe in just being around one group of nobody.
Okay.
See, I thought I was a realist. Especially coming from Uncle Tom. I know Sharon was making a joke, but it is strange hearing that from you because seriously, call me naive or whatever. I know I'm not, but damn, call it. And I know I'm not crazy. I know there's some racists out there. I get it.
I am a racist.
I got you. But with that being said, you have to allow your kids and us to go outside and intermingle with who out there. To me, that's like a form of racism in itself. Don't hang out if you're the only one there. Don't do it because something's going to happen. To me, that's that fear-mongering type of things, for lack of a better phrase.
Wait.
But I mean, wow, that's just crazy to me. I would never assume in most situations, and unfortunately, this situation came true and it's sad, but I would never assume that I'm sending my daughter out to a function with three Caucasians, and I know you the only one of melanated color, and I know I'm feeling nervous that you're not going to come back.
First off, there was probably 40 white people out there, and he was only black. Let's put it out there, be honest. The second part was, I guarantee you there was alcohol being done, because at that age, I was drinking since 15. 14 by I turned 15. So I understand when you leave kids to their own devices, what happens. There's a lot of alcohol being dusted out there. Believe me, there was. And that's how there was foul play. I guarantee there was alcohol in the system. They ain't going to tell you. I'm telling you, there's probably something in there. But I'm like this. I'm telling you, I'm going to be honest with you. There's nothing wrong with going out there and being amongst your friends, or if you want to call them your friends or whatever, without a cautious eye. Do not mix in something that's going to take your scruples away from you, because I always got my eye open. And when I'm hindered by drinking or hindered by some other dang illicit drug, that's when you get got. And I try to make sure I have my brain about me when I'm in places that I don't know if it's a friendly or foe in there. And you can't trust everybody. I only got one white dude that I trust wholeheartedly, and that's my homeboy that I was raised with. Everyone else is suspect. My wife kinfolk, suspect.
Make sure y'all hit that damn like button, whichever stream that you're on, please, and make sure we get to 100 likes on both sides.
And like I said, I love both. I love them, all of them. But geez, I love them from a distance.
I get you, but you still have that wherewithal too, and I get that. Again, I'm not saying be that damn naive that you're not aware of what this world is actually capable of. Come on now, but damn,
that's all I tell my kids. If you gonna be out there with them kids like that, I was out there with them like that, right? But I'm not gonna be the only one, and I dang sure ain't gonna put nothing that's gonna take my wherewithal outside of my body.
Right, especially when I'm outnumbered.
I think the big catch in that is parental supervision and guardianship, right? What are the two things that you're noticing in a lot of these cases, right? Carmelo Anthony, this brother here, no parents out there, no guardians, things tend to go awry with kids, right? Testosterone's pumping, there's girls around. Like Tom said, there's alcohol in the building, shit can go wrong. So, going forward, if you do have a child who happens to have a lot of people or have a lot of friends who aren't, of his particular culture, you need to make sure, that it's heavily supervised.
Okay, I like that. And
Let
Royce
me ask you a
M.
question, Otis. Because you got kids, right?
Yes, I have a daughter.
Okay, so I'm a helicopter parent. To be honest with you, I've said this before. I'm a helicopter parent. My kid ain't went nowhere that I wasn't there. Football games, basketball games, wrestling, track and field. I've done them all. I don't let my kids go nowhere without me because you know why? Because I'm usually a coach, no matter what it is. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if it's wrestling, football, basketball. Listen, I'm out there with my kid because if anything happens to him, I can't get that back because I allow someone else to be the guardian of my child. I don't even let him go to my mom and dad house without me though.
Okay, so what's your question? You making statements like a mug. So what's the question?
No, I'm just saying. Was you a helicopter parent like that, or do you just let them out there free willy nilly?
My daughter, full transparency, was raised in her mother's home. So of course she I wasn't the custodial parent. I was at a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and say a majority of them, but I was at a lot of her functions, the soccer games, all that. I was the dad that would roll up on a motorcycle when all the kids go crazy. I was that type of father. So I showed up and I was there. I was loud. So she knew I was there. But so yeah, okay. I was there.
All right, that's fair enough. Let me also welcome into the show the GOAT. Good to hear and see from you, Taz the GOAT. How you doing? What is your thoughts? Do you believe Al and Ben Crump are race hustlers? That's the topic today, GOAT. Or do you want to comment on something else? And you got to unmute yourself, sir. See if the GOAT is there.
No, I ain't got nothing extra. I deal with the topic, man. What's good, Uncle Tom? That's Uncle Tom up there? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's good with y'all, man? Of course, Sharon. Shout out to you.
What's going on?
Appreciate you, GOAT.
Shit, bro. I don't know, Sharon, man. So let me say it like this, right? Ben, I think, has to be there. He's a civil rights lawyer. They need a lawyer. Somebody should be speaking for him. I feel like Al, because this is what I said yesterday. Al is one of those who he can benefit your case if don't nobody know about it. He can bring your case to the forefront and bring attention to it. But once the case got attention, that nigga's a detriment, bro. He just, and I'm saying you've got to know that you're that level of detriment where you're willing to stand down and let a newer face. It's got to be somebody behind you, up and coming, that's going to take the reins. That person, to me, should be out in front of the major cases. This is major. It's viral. Everybody know it. I just think Al got a name that can bring negativity to it. Therefore, you let somebody else do it. We need you on the ones that don't move as fast. This one moving fast. Get out from in front of this one.
So my next question to you is this: do you think this is going to actually turn into an actual case?
Ooh,
because as of right now, it's still it's not considered anything criminal. Nobody to be arrested. Nobody got arrested. They're not even looking at these kids as suspects. They calling it a accidental drowning. So it's not actually a case yet. Do you think it's going to turn into one?
Initially I thought no, but the more things that are coming out, like with the phone and stuff like that, I don't know, because even all the way down to, let's say, because I was thinking about this last night, you got the case of Daniel Irving down in Texas, right? And so they just started into that case, and you just had somebody get charged for lying about that case. And so it's not like he's not, let's say, he's not being charged for actually taking Daniel out, but you lied about what happened. And so there's a possibility there too that it could have been an accident. It could have been something that happened to Nolan, and then they lied about that. So when you say charges, I don't want it to just be as simple as, a big M case or something like that. No, it could be as simple as, well, why did you lie? Why didn't you just say he accidentally fell off the boat? Or, what I'm saying? They hid some evidence. Something was done. Somebody's going to be charged with something at some point, I believe, but I don't know what.
Yeah. I like that. I
have a question for you. Do y'all This is seriously. Y'all know what happened when people try to prank you or something. Do you think it could have been they went to that island and took off and let him be there by himself, trying to prank him, and the boy tried to swim and end up, doing that?
I think it's something along those lines, or it was an accident and they panicked and they took off, and now it's going to become I'm about to get burned. Now it's going to turn into a racial thing. But prior to that, I don't think it was a racial thing. I think it's something that just went horribly wrong. And they was kids and they tried to cover it up, which is going to be the bad thing to do. But I don't think it actually was something where they actually forced him to quote unquote drown or anything crazy like that. It was actually intended. No, I think it was a straight up horrible accident. They were probably horse playing around and it went horribly wrong, that kids do, and they panicked and they burnt up out of there. They thought they was taking the evidence with them, which is all criminal. I give you that. But then now it's going to come racial because of how it looks. He was the only one out there. The rest of them was white. Oh, it got to be racial. Nah, sometimes you just be kids did some messed up things, like the situation. I know I'm finna get burned, like the Carmelo situation. It didn't become racial until after the fact. To me, like this. To me, on the outside looking in, call me naive. Now it's racial, but at the time I don't think it was, unless you could prove it. Show me the phone. What was there? Show me prove the conversations. Other than that, kids, it went bad. Now they're trying to cover up what happened. They just happened.
Yeah, I don't know too many examples of accidental pranks that people die and not reported. Most of the time when we see somebody trying to prank something or they're attempting to do something silly, it gets reported immediately. The fact that it took so long for them to call authorities.
You don't think that could have been a fear of them being afraid because someone had died?
No.
No. I don't know. They are kids now.
I think when things like that happen, you call right away. You don't play around and say,
is that your adulthood brain talking or child brain talking?
Yes.
Either one. Either way.
Okay.
Either way.
I could definitely.
I don't think at 18. No, either way. I was in some serious situations, and no, I did not. No,
man,
absolutely not.
I'm telling myself, that's what I'm saying. It could go the other way, man. You could honestly panic, be like, damn, I don't want to mess up my future. It all depends on what type of parents that you have. Damn, I got this college lined up. I'm supposed to be starting next semester, going to this damn dorm room. There is no way I could go report this. There is no way. People think like that, man. I'm telling you. So I get what They
knew what they was doing. They let that boy out to pass away, in my opinion. Ain't no way.
Sharon taking the whole ain't no way. They white. They did it, that thing. I don't care what you say.
And I can't go see it so much here now.
There could be. There are. The man. Listen, I guarantee there was alcohol. Did they even give out his coroner report? The coroner report. His autopsy.
I don't think so. Not yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was alcohol in his system, and the kids is too late, but his for sure. I guarantee there's alcohol in his system, and he was probably a little inebriated. Left him out there. They probably walked his ass all the way out there on the island or whatnot, and then got in the boat and took off as a prank. And the man tried, hey, come back, and start swimming. Hear me out. Start swimming, and with them being drunk, and we're gone. But I'm not saying I know. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
I need a scenario. Go ahead, go.
See, what's bothering me though is like the initial scenarios that people was coming up with from like the 6th on up to now. A lot of it is being undermined every day by something new. So last night, the article come out with a friend and no, that was me arguing on the boat. That wasn't him. You know what I mean? And so it's so many stories being thrown around that it's almost like we got to hit the reset button when one gets debunked or undermined or just don't, it's hard to stand on it. And what I don't see right now is that happening. I don't see people saying, all right, We jumped the gun on a lot of the initial stuff we heard. Let's hit the reset button, go back and come up with a scenario. Because even now, I don't know if y'all seen that picture last night. Ben Crump tweeted out a picture saying that, this is Nolan in this picture. This is after and whatnot. I don't know, fam. That didn't even look like Nolan to me. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So it's like a lot of stuff being thrown around.
Yeah, that picture is man. I like a lot of things about that picture is everything about this thing is goddamn suspicious. Why is the bottom of the pool green and where Nolan at is blue? Why is it that those 10 to 20 people, they was all looking in the camera and the other people was trying to swim away? Like, it's a lot of questions I got. Only thing I really want to know, all those people that's in that photo, every last one of them needs to be questioned. Every last one of them.
So Taz,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just to add on right quick, like, why aren't these people willing to just come and say, "Hey, man, ain't nothing happened. I was there. I saw." Like, fam, like what? Like, I understand the speculation. Look, this ain't that. I ain't seeing enough of that, to be honest.
That's the problem I'm having.
This was me and my friend. I was there, and I'm saying, if it was a friend and it happened to somebody new, like, fam, at least let me clear myself right quick. I was there. I saw him. Shit was cool. I don't know what the hell happened.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, Taz. Like, someone should listen. If I'm out there with my homeboy, we all coming back together. Even if it was a prank, listen. This happened. We didn't mean it to happen or whatever. And woo. But it ain't no one out there come out and said anything like that. That's what giving me pause on the whole thing. That's why I said it's just suspicious with all of it.
And that picture, right? Like, I don't understand, like, why nobody in that picture saying, "Hey, it was at this time, around this time that picture was taken." Like, what is the issue with that? Like, that should be the most simplest thing before we get any stories about what if it was an argument or anything like that. What time was this picture taken? And get a consensus. It's over 20 people at least in that pool. Let's at least get a consensus on the time frame. One person says 8 o'clock, another one says 9, somebody says 10, and somebody says, all right, we can kind of say it's around probably 9 p.m. Like, why we cannot even at least get a time understanding? That's the issue that I got with it. That's insane.
Yeah, I think
why the things deleted? That's insane.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think their parents.
Not only that, think about this too. Not only that. Mm-hmm. How did they get in that young man's phone if he left the phone?
How did they get into it, or how did they get it?
How did they get into that young man's phone if he left it? I'm pretty sure they didn't know that boy's password unless they beat it out of him. Or what's the other way you could get into somebody's phone?
Because I was asking that when the mom was talking about it, like, you know what I'm saying? It's the way they were talking about it almost sounded like the phone was open. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't even locked or no shit. And so, just some of the things I'm hearing, I just wish they were a little more qualified because they're not actually saying the phone wasn't locked. But I wish they'd say that. Because that would clearly say why somebody was able to get in his phone. Because like you're saying, like the average person, you don't think you're just going to pick up their phone and
just be able to use it and delete messages and shit. So I think they must have deleted that young man, or he was drunk. He was drunk on a boat. They able to open up his phone, delete whatever message. Somehow they got to use that boy's face to open his phone.
See, look at see you're going to the extremes, man.
I'm not going to the extreme. How, like, if his phone was used to delete messages, if that part is true, right? If it comes out that part is true, that they used his phone and they deleted messages, bruh, the only way they did that is with his face, and then they dumped the body over.
Oh man.
You gotta think about it. You can't even open your iPhone without your eyes being open. If your eyes are closed, your iPhone won't open.
That turned them motherfuckers into super criminals, bro. Like,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
this eyes and shit, using his finger to open up the phone and shit, bro. That changed the whole dynamic, bro. These motherfuckers now, they really need to get locked up now, bro.
Yeah,
good.
And it's very important, like what you said, Taz. They need to say, hey, his phone never had no password and anybody could get into it, which would be kind of crazy for an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I just don't understand how they got to that young man's phone. I don't understand that.
Do we even know if it was the Apple or Android? Do we even know that? Because I don't know.
Either way.
Does that matter? I mean, they all got lock screens on them.
So no, my point is, according to Sharon, because he brought up, if it's an Apple phone, you need your face. So that's him bringing up all these ifs. If was a fifth, we all be drunk. He bringing all these ifs. So that's why I brought up the other side. Well, how you know if it was the Android or Apple? I mean, come on now, we're just going way too far.
Okay, so we'll do it like this. Otis, what do you have, Android or Apple?
You know, listen, I'm not finna contribute to your shenanigans.
I just want to know. I'm just curious. Which one do you have?
To answer your question, is an Android and it has the fingerprint, the face, all that locked. Yes. To answer your question. So it doesn't matter. I get your point. That's why I said I wasn't going to help your argument. But there are some people that don't have a lock on their phone.
I don't have a lock on mine.
Thank you. So now what? So now what's your rebuttal? Because just because I fit your criteria.
My rebuttal is that he's not 18.
Again, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of teenagers who do not have a lock on their phone. I don't know the numbers.
I don't know any. Me personally, I don't know any.
Out there.
We could assume that he had a lock on his phone. He got Snapchat and all that. We could assume that.
I can assume that, and I'm being real. And I'm not just being a contrarian.
You have to assume that majority of people have locks.
There you go with the numbers, not majority. I don't know the numbers. You can, and I'm not going to sidetrack the show.
Okay, look, this is what we'll do. A Dark Spoon. How many people in your house have a lock screen situation on their phone?
Just my son. My youngest.
Okay.
Well, my other kids are grown, so I know they both have lock screen on theirs. But my son has a lock screen on his. But me and my wife, we don't have. My wife don't have one on hers.
Okay. And that's your question. In my household, me and my wife have lock phones.
Okay.
But she has my code, and I don't have hers.
All right. So, hey, go. What do you think? You think majority of people have lock screens?
You didn't ask. That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. Ask him how many people in this household. You don't change the question when you get to him. You ask.
Oh, everybody.
Okay, everybody.
Everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody.
Okay.
So so we could easily assume that he had a.
Because just to be clear, like I know my wife's, she know mine, but we don't know kids, and then, you know what I'm saying. So everybody here got their phone locked. You know what I'm saying? The little pattern or the number or whatever. I personally think it's abnormal to not have your phone. I don't know nobody who don't have a phone locked.
Damn.
Me too. I don't know nobody.
You know Spoon.
Right now we do. Yeah. Now we do.
Yeah, we don't. Well, I mean, listen. I don't care if you come up here and you see a dick pic. It's on you. Goddamn it! It shouldn't have been in my phone, motherfucker. I don't care.
Oh my! In your phone.
Right, but I mean that's not the reason why people got locked screens. But yeah, we get it. Yeah. I don't know why dick was the first thing that came in your mind, but hey, it is what it is.
That's usually what motherfuckers they don't want people to see their pictures and shit. That's usually the reason why or text messages. Those are the only two reasons. That motherfuckers got dick pics and pussy pics in they phone. So that's the only reason people lock them. Let's be honest.
So, you know that's to me the main issue I have, Taz, and I think that's the issue that's going to get them locked up. Is that if it's proven that they deleted messages after he went missing, I think that's a wrap. If they find that out, if his messages got deleted after 11 p.m. is a wrap for them. Lock their ass up. Throw away the key.
That's just weird. This whole situation is just stupidly weird, bro. It's like, listen, I would have each one of them in jail. Let them sweat it out. Sweat it out so we can get some truth behind the matter, because there ain't no truth being said right now.
Well, with one of the mothers being a judge, we know that's not going to be an easy task. That's the whole issue with Mississippi and why they trying to, attempt to move it out of Mississippi and get the independent. Hey, it's not going to be an easy task at all. But one thing I do know for sure, if that phone comes up that they deleted messages after, bruh, it's a wrap. Like you ain't no way around that. Do you think there's a way around that, GOAT?
I'm thinking like not really, because the phone thing is really everything to me. Like however that turns out is where the case going. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I whenever they figure out the situation with the phone, because again, the mom is saying like the phone was on land. I know it for a fact. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would have to agree that that's where the case is going, where the phone goes. And so yeah, if that phone comes back as having been on land, I think the father was saying it was a little shady even on the pickup. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when that. And also, what I heard on the pickup is that it wasn't that they brought her the phone. She went to look for the phone and she found like, oh, it's at such and such. It's at this place, and she went to the place to find the phone. Not that they offered up the phone. So that's a problem in itself.
Right, they had to go track the phone down.
That's a problem. And that shows how stupid they probably are.
And that's why I said what you said, that they're super criminals. They flashing his face in front of a dead person. Hey, open your things.
Super predators. Yes. Super predator. Yes. If that's the case, that means that they deleted that young man and they used. That's a wrap.
But that's wild that it was at one of their houses and they didn't see. That's why I said there's too much lying going on. Too much lying.
Yeah.
And they all lawyered up. So unfortunately, we won't know unless it gets to that next level.
And so I did find this thing, right? This doesn't have anything to actually do with the case, right? At all. However, I do find it interesting. Somebody else put it, they put it together, they trying to do their thing. But I do find this interesting.
Yeah, they think I'm about to go back, but I can't stop. Bro, you have a life jacket. I'm gonna die. Standing right
Hold on.
You have to go.
I'm
just trying to get over there. We taught him how to swim. Oh, yeah, they think I'm about to go back, but I can't stop. Bro, you have a life jacket. I'm gonna die. Standing right
Hold on.
You have to go. I'm just trying to get over there. We taught him how to swim. Oh, so I can just hold on to the back.
And here if you want.
Yeah, I might drown.
You won't drown.
Bro, you won't drown. You're not gonna drown.
That's a life jacket at all.
Look, I'm gonna die.
You can hear how they not trying to help that young man at all.
I ain't got the ball. You gotta learn how to swim.
You gotta learn how to swim. This ain't the time to be teaching somebody how to swim.
Hold on to that.
You can swim down river, you fucking retard.
Damn.
Bro, how am I gonna get you back home? You don't think I'm on my kids is gonna be worried? Yeah, your mom. My mom's name. My dad. Your mom is always worried about you. My dad's in prison. I think that's why. Your dad's in prison. We know. We can tell just by looking at you. Bro,
This is crazy to me.
Bro, just go get a kayak.
This is why you can't be the only one, bro.
I'll just wait. Bro, you have a life jacket. Bro, I'm black. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna save me. Oh, yes, it does. Bro, I'll just find a way.
And then they do a monkey sound, bro.
You have a life jacket.
Bro.
Hold on.
You have to go.
You did that to get over there. We taught him how to swim.
Hey, monkeys can swim, so that's stupid.
Yeah, I might drown.
God damn it, that's not the point.
You're not gonna drown.
There you go.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
My name is Marquise. But everybody calls me Lamar because I go to the Nellis.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Why did they Marquise say call the ball? That's crazy.
I was okay getting over here. They think I'm about to swim back. I can't even swim.
Good job right now.
Talking around 4 minutes. And it's my first time here.
It's your first time? Well, welcome.
First time.
How'd you get over here?
Yeah, they made me take that way over there, and they had 2 life jackets on. I'm never coming back with y'all.
Good.
We told you if you're coming, we had a life jacket. A life jacket. This ain't even for a big kid. This is for a little kid. Oh my God.
You're welcome.
That's insane.
Wow.
When are we gonna goddamn learn?
Well, it's not really insane. He had a life jacket on, no matter if it was for a little kid or not. It still would have kept him above water. No, it doesn't. It don't matter. Yeah, no, it would have kept him above water. It would have kept him above water.
It matters to his idea of safety, right? Because they are like not saying those kids that he was with didn't give a damn about his life.
Oh no, they for sure was a-holes. They for sure were a-holes.
Okay, yeah, that's the point of me playing that video. Like, and you cannot put yourself in those situations because, like you said earlier, if after a while the crowd will win. Now it's a wolf pack, and now they make their monkey noises. They call him the R word, and he had real concerns about drowning, bro. That's crazy. And yes, that is a real video of a different situation in a different state. That wasn't actually clearly that wasn't goddamn no.
Well, he said his name was totally different. His name was Lakeith, and they call him Lamar. That's crazy.
So hopefully people understand that wasn't Nolan when he just said his name was Marquise and they call him Lamar.
That is
so
crazy.
Hopefully people are not confused about that. He said his name is Marquise, they call him Lamar, and he's alive. Right? Yeah. So like hopefully people are not so dumb to understand that this young man, Marquise or Lamar, is alive.
So well, there's one thing he need to do. He need to go get some goddamn swimming lessons for real, and not be scared of water. Because that right there is atrocious.
Because thank you for saying that, because again, I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but I know people are thinking it. I'm sorry. That video was horrible. Let me say that. That was effed up.
Okay.
But at the same time, unfortunately, that's what happens every day. Every day. That's part being a teenager, and that's part being racist. That's part being all that. But why would you go, like Spoon said, why would you go on a damn water trip knowing you do not know how to swim, also knowing you're going to be the only one? I know you go in, he went into that situation knowing that. To me, that is so crazy. And it's also crazy that a lot of people don't know how to swim. I'm the only one in my immediate family that know how to swim. And I didn't learn until I was 15. Everybody else, my brothers, my sisters, my mother, they do not know how to swim. So that's crazy that they could have been, now hopefully they wasn't crazy enough to go on a trip like that, but how easy they could have been in that situation because they do not know how to swim. I would have swum my ass to that boat and it would have been on. Sorry. With that all right.
Shout out to Lady D for putting some color in the chat. Thank you so much, Lady D. I really appreciate that. I'm working hard, goddammit. 2 hours and 42 minutes, and this is the first color in the chat. Thank you so much. Well, the third or fourth. My super chat only works on this channel for some strange reason. I don't know, but I'm glad that it finally worked. Thank you. Hopefully other people can check to see if theirs is working on this channel as well. Thank you so much, Lady D.
Well, the fact that he can't swim is that's I've been swimming since I was 5. The reason why my dad said he don't want none of his kids to fit the stereotype. If there's a stereotype out there, you gotta, teach a kid. There's a reason why there's a stereotype like that. And for that to be, that means you can't go to pools. That means you can't go to beaches. That means you can't go to lakes. You can't go to rivers because you can't do something that is so basic that Black people, Africans know how to swim. The ones that are surrounded on the coast, they know how to swim.
Wait, who's saying that he don't know how to swim?
I'm not saying if he does or don't. I'm just saying the video that we watched, the video that we just watched, and him saying he don't know how to swim, and he had a life jacket on, and he still was unsafe with a life jacket on. To me, that's just a detriment to your children. That's something that you can easily teach your kids. That, to me, you don't like your kids. Hell, your kids can drown in the goddamn bathtub.
Yeah.
So,
Boy, yo,
Yeah.
sit your silly ass down. What you think you're talking about the back? Boy, let me welcome into the show. Cool. I'm not sure if you introduce yourself. Welcome to the show. Cool. Good day, sir.
Hey, good day, Sharon. Good day, panel. Yeah, I mean, the situation is sad, but I think the more that we hear from the parents, and I think the more that they do their own independent investigation, autopsy, I think more details are going to come out that I think Mississippi Police Department didn't do the proper due diligence to actually find out. I think what we're seeing here is racism and incompetence at its highest level. You know, the fact that they came out and said that there is no foul play before they even done an investigation or talked to any of the actual people that were on that island, you know, to me is just like incompetence at the highest level, right? And another thing too, I listened to the mom and dad press conference and the Good Morning America, and they said that he'd been, and I might have this wrong, but I'm pretty sure they said that he'd been to the island multiple times. So it wasn't just his first time like going to this island, right? So he's been there before, and he's hung out with, you know, all types of people before. So I think he knew how to swim. Like based off what I'm seeing with the whole pool party and the whole boat situation and everything that's like coming out, I think that he got into it with one of those white boys, whether it was over a girl, whether it was over something that took place at that island. I think that they, you know, forced him to give him the password. Then, you know, they did something and maybe dumped his body out, you know, after whooping his ass or something like that. And that's why we found him like where they found him. I definitely think something's sus because like for them to lawyer up as soon as they get home, for them not to bring the phone back to the parents, for them, like Dad even said that, you know, he had to struggle to get the keys to get the car off the dude's that he parked at his house, you know, and that was a whole issue. So the fact that like the kids are acting that way lets me know that something nefarious took place that they're trying to cover up. Because I've watched, you know, like true crime and the Law and Crime Network and things like that. And when these people go missing, right, most people that are around the family don't lawyer up. You know, even the suspects that are trying to act like they didn't do anything or had anything to do, they done never lawyered up until they became actual suspects. So the fact that they lawyered up as soon as they got back, and the fact that didn't, you know, they didn't go and give the phone, because if you like I'm gonna think about it, right? If it's really an accident and these kids are sorry, like you would think that they would go to the parents' house, you know, cry, you know, give back all the belongings, say they're sorry, you know, like most normal people would, you know, if that situation happened. Like they would say they're sorry, they would cry, you know, beg for forgiveness, things like that, you know. But it seems like that's not what's taking place with the situation. So I do think these kids are guilty. I think that we'll find that out sooner or later.
Okay, let me also, Corinne Mackey, thank you so much. I'm not $1. I got $1. Hey. Hashtag SBG. Thank you so much, Miss Corinne Mackey. Always holding me down. I appreciate you so much. I didn't play it? Okay, there we go. Also, let me welcome into the show Shadow the Titan. Good day, sir. How you doing? What is your thoughts?
How you doing, Kulu? You better quit ducking me. But yeah, no, I think Kulu's right. Honestly, I think on point. You ain't just. Hey, you ready to start already? Otis.
Huh? What?
Good day, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good day.
No, I think Kulu's on point. I thought about it. We've had this
What's
conversation
good,
last
Kulu?
week.
My bad, Kulu.
We had the conversation last week where I was like, yeah, I understand lawyering up if you just want to protect yourself. But after the information came out that they were struggling to do things that most remorseful people would have done, yeah, something happened. We don't know what. Hopefully the autopsy exposes what actually happened to him. Because this doesn't sound like an accident.
Yeah,
well,
I think it's
what
crazy.
makes it? Let me ask you a question. What makes it not sound like an accident? Accidental drowning.
That's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
So there's a few things. Number one, after the parents mentioned that he had done a lot of pool parties, that he actually knew how to swim. Granted, there's a difference between swimming in a pool, swimming in the ocean, and swimming in a lake. There's a difference. But if there's a situation that had occurred, like if you get knocked out or pushed it, or you get into a tussle and then you fall into the water, you don't have your same bodily functions. Again, how did so much of his stuff end up with the people that he was with? And then they didn't go to his parents because they had a history with him. He wasn't just some random dude who popped up. So, hey, something happened to your son. We don't really know what. Instead, they tried to play it off. That's weird to me because people who are innocent don't move that way.
No, I got that part. I understand that part. My whole contention was that you said that, I mean, even the whole getting knocked out, I don't think they came back with the autopsy said he had any bruises or anything on him. So to say that I would go with you and say it's suspicious. Yes, it's suspicious as heck. But like I said, most likely what would tell the tale if he was drunk. So, if he had alcohol in the system. And that would have changed the whole dynamic or something too. But he could have accidentally drowned on that too. But listen, I'm not saying it's not suspicious. It's suspicious, but I can't say there was absolute foul play besides underage drinking. And I can say if he has alcohol in the system.
Well, let's go a step further than that. And I'll even accept that premise, right? But there were 5 people on that boat, right? Even if all of them were drunk, even if everybody was drunk, if somebody accidentally fell into the water, generally speaking, somebody else would have tried to at least do something, make some kind of notice. But there's no phone record even showing that, hey, an emergency call was made after the accidental falling. So even if I were to accept that it could be accidental based on drinking, the fact that nobody made notice of him not showing up until it was too late and somebody else made notice of it first is where it goes beyond suspicion. Suspiciousness, even at least on that point.
And that's why I said the autopsy is one thing, but even if like I said, it could have been a prank gone wrong. They could have pushed him off and started driving the boat off, and not thinking that since he can swim, even though he was drinking, his ass can swim still. You just never know.
But even
there's a lot, but even with them not calling, like I said, that you can contribute that kind of sort of to being scared of going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
But then that means that they knew a crime happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not necessarily being a crime, but something bad happened.
And that's where the malintent comes in, them not reporting the crime and all that. But prior to that, I'm leaning more towards, until the evidence presents itself, I'm leaning more towards it was a prank going horribly wrong. And they panicked and they got home, told their parents, and their parents, with one of them being a judge, said, hey, we're going to lawyer up, period. That's what I think happened. But I think it was a prank that went horribly wrong. I don't think it started off as intent to, I don't think it was no fight involved. I don't think it was no tussle. I think it was a prank gone wrong.
Well, simple question then. Even if we were to accept all that to be true, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if in the case that it was a prank that gone wrong, if a prank leads to the loss of life, is it still a crime?
Yes, it is. Most definitely.
With that being said, them lawyering up was them preparing for a crime. But the fact that they didn't show remorse during the process of lawyering up is where the problem shows in. That's where maliciousness becomes.
Speculation.
That's fair.
Now, I hear you, but that's speculation. You're making assumptions.
But
it could be true,
again, no, that's fair. And so let's remove the assumption. You agreed with me that even if it was a prank and the loss of life happened, it was a crime, right?
Yes. Yes.
So for them to get lawyers, are they getting lawyers for civil or criminal purposes?
To answer the question, I have it's probably both.
There you go.
Okay. So then the final question would be, if all of this was just still to be accidental, why didn't they go to the parents first? Consider the fact that they knew who the parents were.
Once again, there goes that back to that fear of losing your life. to these court systems
Fair.
and public opinion.
But
Well,
they
not
said
even
it was an
public opinion,
accident,
but
right?
especially for the courts.
No, that's fair. But you said it was an accident, right? If it is an accident, why would you not? Because again, someone lost their life. So
Right.
either one, they didn't know he was dead. So we can make two assumptions fairly. Either they didn't know he was dead or they didn't care. And if
Well, there's
one
a lot of
those two-
movies that's been made about this same thing where someone accidentally dies and everyone else don't want to say nothing to no one because they're afraid of losing their whatever's going on in their life, whether it's going to school, whether it's going to jail, whatever it is. They're going whether they have emotion about it or not. They may be sympathetic to everything or emotional about everything, but they're not going to come out and tell someone that, hey, this is what happened. White people still have that no stitching shit too.
All right, give me 1 second. Corey Thompson with the 199 super sticker. Thank you so much for putting some color in the chat. We need some more of that in the chat. 199 is beautiful. If everybody can participate in that, that would be beautiful. Everybody be just like Corey and put a challenge on Corey, and y'all drop y'all 199 and put some color in the super chat as well. Go ahead, Shadow. If you remember the rebuttal. I'm not sure if you did. He's frozen. Goddamn.
Well, he's not off. He's not off on what he's saying. All these possibilities are something that you gotta leave it open to. Like, I'm not closing any of it off. I'm not saying it was an accidental thing. It could have been foul play, and they just not gonna tell about it. Like I said they all should have been questioned anyway. They all should have been, deeply questioned. Not just a little bit. They should be in jail for days till we get all these questions answered. At least something. Put some sweat on their back. They ain't had no sweat on their back. They knew they was going home.
Absolutely. Mama made sure they was going home. Shout out to Shadow, the Time Wise with the $2 says, here goes some color. God damn it. I put that extra on it. Thank you so much.
Look,
Shadow.
you got mad at me for not putting color, so I decided to put some color on. But so, bro, I can understand where you're coming from, honestly. I can see why you're saying, well, there's not sweat on their back. We don't know if they did it. You're right. But let's reverse the roles. If this role was reversed and 4 black kids all of a sudden didn't come back, where there was 1 white kid who didn't show up, all 4 of those black kids would be sitting in jail until a full autopsy came back.
When I said it should happen.
So I agree with that. I'm not saying for a fact that they did something wrong, but I will say that they did, in fact, commit a crime. And that crime was they knew someone had perished and then did not report it happening. It's criminally negligent.
Yeah. Right. We all in concurrence there, most definitely.
At minimum, they should be held because of the negligence, because there would be, based on law, reasonable suspicion that something else happened. Because
but reasonable suspicion is not a crime. It would have to go to negligence.
Right.
But it is reason for arrest.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I agree with you.
Taylor A. Bell with the $4. He said he up you too. Shadow just reminded me to go take the trash out.
Oh shit!
Salute to Taylor Bell. Thank you so much for putting. That was funny. Thank you so much for putting some color in the chat. Go ahead, Goat. What you saying, Goat?
Nah, shit. I'm putting on my shit. I gotta go take mine out. Shit. I literally sitting up here arguing on the panel earlier, forgot to take mine out. I'm glad motherfuckers ain't came yet.
Right.
Yeah, because you missed that can and you missed them come pick up the can, bruh.
Oh, it's over.
Problem.
Mine's on Tuesday.
No, call 311 and blame somebody else.
I guess that could work too.
But yeah, the bare minimum without out the gate is negligence. Period. I think the first grave misjustice was not to at least get them before they got home, because right there was enough to just hold them for questioning And once you get them in that room, somebody in my mind was going to break. But they missed the ball there. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know what the time. I don't know the timeline like that. But they missed that opportunity. Once they got home to their parents, and one of them being the judge, I knew it was going to shut down. But the bare minimum playing Monday morning lawyering would be negligence out the gate, easy, because I know something happened and it resulted in a death. So the bare minimum is negligence.
Salute to Shadow said, "Oh, I see your foe and I raise you too." Shout out to Ty Wise with the $6 super sticker. Thank you so much for adding some color into the chat. Let's go, good people. Let's add some color to the chat. I also want to bring, let me see. So this is the issue that I have with all these people saying that it's race-based. So I'm going to bring up this video here. And this is this black man. This is the problem that I have with a lot of these brothers out here that I don't know, they're doing it for attention. Do they really believe the things that they're saying? I'm not really sure. I do not understand it. I'll be so confused when I hear men like this talk.
I hate that y'all pretend like y'all never been young before. Like, I told you what Al Sharpton and Ben Crump's goal was. They're going to go around 50 states and nitpick cases that they can put a spin on and use to create more racial tension. They're race baiters. This is what they do. They're race hustlers. Ben's got multiple race bait and race hustling cases open as we speak. So instead of letting the police do their investigation, they're just going to leave it up to people's imagination and using racism so that they can steer what happened. They're implying. It's not that they're saying that his friends, they're implying that his friends did something to him, and they're implying that because they're white, they're getting away with it. That's what they're implying. These implications only serves to further divide the American people so that they can keep us separated and keep their constituents. This is about the Democrats. I swear, look at the news media that's putting it out. They're putting all of the same cases out. They won't put anything out that goes against their agenda.
And I really have a problem with men like him.
He said a whole lot.
Okay, so my question would be, how far off is he? Because like that is a concern of mine, but it's not going to stop me from advocating, right? But that is a huge concern that all of a sudden now I'm being joined in conversations that I ain't seen nobody in for a long time, maybe since the last election cycle. You know what I'm saying? So there's a legitimate concern there, but that can't be the reason why we stop advocating either.
Thank you for saying that.
Go ahead, Otis.
No, real quick.
Otis.
I'm glad he said that because a lot of people wouldn't admit what he just said. Because while that young man was talking, even though I didn't agree with the rhetoric he was putting behind it, like the Democratic and all that stuff, but just listen to the words for what the words he had to say, those thoughts do come across my mind. For real. So just because they come across my mind, though, like Taz said, you have the right to ask those questions. You're still not going to go out and advocate and do what you feel is right, but you be naive to not sit there and have those questions. I wouldn't have framed it like that, but if you take all the rhetoric out, those are genuine questions that people should ask themselves.
Yeah. Like I said, I just don't want to turn it into.
Sharon, you muted, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Thank you, OG. Thank you, appreciate it. Ogun 314 Shadow. I think you're right. With people thinking that they could be criminally or civilly liable, that's why they lawyered up, and that's their right. Okay. Go ahead, go.
No, I was saying something. I drew a blank that quick. I forgot what the hell I was just saying.
So I just disagree with this statement that because Al Sharpton or Ben Crump want the biggest cases, that means that we should discredit them and act as if they just some kind of race hustlers. No, they doing their job. Their job is to try to make money off of being activists and civil lawyers. So they want the biggest cases. so they could keep their name buzzing as well as do something good for people that is hurting. That's what I believe they're doing. I don't know why, for some reason, Black folks always got to do everything that's good for free. It's weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just with the Rev, you know what I mean? I just think his name, you know, I think he should be able to use his notoriety, but not necessarily his name for everything. So, I mean, I understand, again, why people saying what they're saying about it, but right now I do think it's one of them all hands on deck situations. I just wish it applied for more than just one case at a time. You know, it can't pop out every 4 or 5 years. Like we need people to stick around. You know what I'm saying?
But
like there's
I
a
know
lot
for
more.
a fact that, but the problem is that I know for a fact that both those brothers dealt with cases that didn't make it nationally, but it was big in a local space. There's a small town somewhere, and it was big in that small town of 1,000, 100,000 people. It was big there, but it wasn't big nationally. And I think that's the problem why people think that they are ambulance chasers, because they do big stories that are local as well that would never see the light of day nationally. That's another problem happening. Let me welcome OG Dude. Go ahead, go, and then we welcome in OG Do Dirty. Go ahead, go.
No, I was just gonna say, it kind of remind me when you was talking right there, Sharon. It remind me of like the BLM thing, like, you know what I'm saying, where people will talk about the 90 million, the houses, and all of this stuff, but we've always left out the work and the kind of the ability to bring the awareness to cases and whatnot. And so now that there is no BLM and you don't have that type of movement anymore, we really are kind of just stuck with Al and Ben Crump and whatnot. Because if they don't bring attention to it, who else is going to? Like, where will we get it from?
Hey, I did my part. I got I brought it up, and now the space started doing it, so I feel proud of that. Go. I understand why you be like, hey, I understand it. Go. I'll tell you that I understand you a lot more because goddamn, yo, the amount of pushback they would do for you trying to do something correct is wild. Let me welcome into the show, Do Dirty. Go ahead, Do Dirty.
What's good with you, Sharon? Salute to the panel. What's up with it? Spoon, Taz,
What up? What up?
Man, when it comes to Ben Crump now, I do want y'all to realize something, bro. Most of the, and we didn't watch a lot of cases, right? And everybody up here, you know what I'm saying? Everybody up here, and then they first share of it, right? Different ones. But the only ones that you see them at, bro, is when something is happening when it has to do with some type of foul play. They love to pick up on that. So every case that you can think of Ben Crump being on is somebody saying something, or they don't have information about something. It just ain't came out to the public. So it's easy for them to jump on that, right? Because they can, again, spread it. And like Taz was saying, like they can make it, if it's not national, they can get it to that point where more people will be able to see it, right? So that's what I'm seeing out of this. I don't think that they, you know what I'm saying, using for any type of ploy or anything. It's just that, bro, it's a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to investigation. Once you see that, they're gonna hop on it, bro. Like I believe Sharon said it earlier, Otis said it earlier, and even Spoon even spoke up to it. Some things we already know how investigations go, right? If you already know that everybody on the boat should have been already pulled in, phones should have been taken, questioning should have been done. All this stuff is already in. This is a part of the investigation. You worried about the person who just lost them, who just lost their life, right? And then y'all been searching for the dude. It wasn't like y'all found him the next day. You see what I'm saying? So it should have been a whole lot of more investigation going on and other things, right? Now we're hearing this other stuff coming out about these pictures, you know what I'm saying? Them being over, that to me, that's all crazy, right? And then when you think about when the kids came back, they gave the phone, you know what I'm saying, the car, all these possessions and stuff that they got. Again, we looking at it from a point of view as if, you know what I'm saying, I think you said it earlier, Sharon, when somebody do something wrong, like they know it's not nothing that they did on purpose, you know what I'm saying, accident, there's certain ways you see how that fall, you see how that play out, right? And I would expect somebody, bro, whose mother, father, anybody who's in the court system understands that. If you a judge, you understand that. I don't get the part when people make up this excuse where they should be able to lawyer up. Well, if your kid had no foul play in it and it was an accident and they didn't have nothing to do with it, but somebody else did, why are you not just telling them just to speak up? It's just a witness, bro. It's just a witness. They can't get if they not the person that pushed them off the boat, if they're not the person that got into it with them, I would expect you to tell them to come forth with the information. That's just me. Now, I might be wrong about that. There might be some people out here that be like, you know what? Hold that information from them. But you know what they get you? Back to what Taz and what Otis was talking about earlier, locked up because you withholding information. That's a crime.
Bar. Let me welcome
So
you
it's
to the
all
show.
fiction to me, man.
Welcome to the show. Sway producing. What's your thoughts on the subject today?
Well, before I address, because at first I thought we were talking about the idea of the race baiting or the race hustle. But if we're talking about a case, I have no idea what's going on with this case. I'm assuming
they're
Nolan
intertwined.
Wells,
I
Nolan
don't.
Wells case.
is my mic bad?
I don't
Someone said.
You do have an echo. But we're gonna let you go ahead.
No, I was saying, just I know they're intertwined in terms of this topic, but I don't know anything about the actual case. I know about the topic of race baiting in general. I've never necessarily been a fan of it, mainly because, like, I guess what's Taz? I know Taz said in terms of support, which I can agree to, but just this idea of like people using other people's emotions and the actual struggle to pursue a financial gain and being able to manipulate the narrative for more financial gain. That's the part I don't necessarily like. And this case isn't like the only example of that. And I'll see it the same way we see politics. In my opinion, you would want to take the money out of politics the same way I would want to take the money out of these social activist situations. I think that these type of moral situations where it's the betterment of people, you definitely need to take out this financial incentive behind it. I think we would see, or we'll have an issue if, let's say, there was a financial incentive for teachers to teach a certain thing. I think we would have a big issue if teachers started to, I guess, go against their moral compass for financial gain. I think the big reason why we give teachers so much reverence because we know there's no money in it, and so they're only in it for the love of the care of children and to see people do better. But with this social activism, with politics, since there's money in it, you're seeing a lot more people pop up to use it as a grift to get money. You're seeing more of not necessarily Derek Jackson, because I know he didn't do race hustle, but you're starting to see that type of archetype that is just saying things so that they can get money and profit off of it, which I don't like. I would actually like someone that believed in what they said and support that person.
Well, you know something about that, Sway? You right, all the way right. The problem is because I think Taz went over this last night, right? There's those people who do that, and then they put all this stupid information out, false information out, bro, just to get the money, right? But then they don't even come back and clarify or, you know what I'm saying, change the statements that they made. That was all that bull crap, right? They'll stick to it and just say something new, like they didn't even say what they said beforehand when they was getting their bread.
Yeah, like I said, I just think. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that's where I would disagree with you at a tad bit because, for example, to me the race hustler isn't the one that's necessarily talking about it or what frequency or any of that. It's that person who's really not there for the right reason. I mean, if we're talking about it every day because it needs to be discussed and awareness needs to be brought to it, so be it. For me, the race hustler is the person that is only doing this because it's a bag in it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I think that applies to most of the people because there's never a time where there isn't a race issue. Now, if you're waiting on CNN to show you a race issue, then you might have to wait a couple weeks and months and whatnot. But if you're looking to raise awareness to race issues, I can show you one every day. So that's what I'm saying. I think there's a difference in why you're doing it, which is what creates the race hustler. Because I'm not trying to hustle race per se, but as I'm raising awareness to how these things apply to black people, somebody on the outside might think like, damn, he talking about black shit every day. But in reality, it's a conversation that needs to be held every day at a high frequency, no different than the black fatigue and black culture and some of the other things they're saying daily to negatively impact our image. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's the part I was saying. I agree with you. So I would be willing to support a guy like you because when you come on YouTube or just in general, you're not saying the things you say with the idea that the end of it, you're going to say, well, so this is why you guys should join my course, or this is why you guys should join my this, or this is why you guys should join this, so that you can be informed about that. Like when you say all that to say at the end of it that you guys should spend money on me and y'all should be doing X, Y, Z to quote unquote support, that's where I start to get a little sketchy. Now, if you want to drop like a link to Dono so that you can, promote the movement to an extent, but like I said, a lot of these guys make it about the money, make what he's saying just to say, hey, give me money because I'm saying it. I don't think you come on YouTube or platforms to say what you say at the end of the day, profit off of it.
No, I don't. No, I feel like I should because, what I'm saying, I'm here and I'm doing it and it is content, but not that next layer. So I want to challenge you on that though, right? Because, what I'm saying, I'm right there in that conversation. Now watch this way. Been here 7 years. Never opened a store. Never wrote a book. Never tried to do merch. People have been telling me to do merch for years. I've never made a shirt or nothing. Now, I would tell you today that was dumb. I would tell you today that given as long as I've been around, as long as I've done, as much as I've done in the space and people know me for certain shit, I should have made those few extra dollars off the extra shit. And so would it have been wrong to say at the end of this, well, buy my Black History book because people don't teach enough Black history and I'm here to sell you some Black history after you've watched my content on Black history. Am I still race hustling at that point? Because I'm saying I never did it, but I look back at it and say, well, that would have helped my notoriety, it would have helped my growth, it would have helped my name get out there.
And I don't disagree with that. I think there are levels to it. If you're saying, hey, in terms of like, let's just say, because in my opinion, like a shirt is like advertisement in a sense. It's like a low level of support. A lot of people will buy the shirt but never actually wear it. So if Sharon came with an SBG shirt, how many people will buy it?
Is that me?
His mic went out.
Won't he do it?
I can't hear anymore. Hold on.
That boy said, "What?
Can y'all hear me?
Jesus Christ.
Dance.
Can y'all hear me?
He said, buy something.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, we can hear you, Sway.
No, I was getting a phone call.
The goddamn mic went out. That was crazy. Let me also shout out to the Cash App while he get his mic together. It says, hi. They would have witnessed not guilt by association. They was a witness, not guilt by association. That still sounds like jail to me.
Nah, yeah, a book is optional. Merch is optional. I think when you create that layer of like, hey, you have to pay for this course to get that extra layer of information, or to be like in part of the group in a sense, like, hey, join this Patreon to be a part of this group and be able to be an activist with me, to show up at these events or these marches or whatever that you have to pay to get into this. I think that's where I start to kind of look a little sketchy. But if you wrote a book, because you, like any other, I guess, social activist leader has probably written a book, even if you're talking about like Martin Luther King's or the Malcolm X's, I'm pretty sure they've written books and we weren't calling that a grift. You having a merchandise, I wouldn't call that like a grift to an extent. It really just depends. But anything past that, where like you start selling a course to sell that information, then I'll start to be like, okay, it's not about activism anymore. You're not trying to spread awareness. You're not trying to start a movement to create change. You're just trying to get money off of this.
But see, where's that line?
Yeah, go ahead, Goat. Yeah, that's a great. Go ahead, Goat.
Because I'll just ask, where's that line? Because now, even let me give you an example with the march. So I was supporting the femicide march when the women were putting together the femicide march back in 2021-22, and some viewed that as an air quote grift or whatever, as a man out front supporting and saying, come to it, blah blah blah. I'm not benefiting from it in any way, shape, or form other than raising awareness. However, they are selling tickets. They are selling merch. They are doing things at the march. Where's that line at? Because that's still
The
a just
tickets.
cause. You see
The tickets for me, the merch I don't have an issue with. The merch and the book I have no issue with because you don't have to buy those things to participate in the movement. But if I have to pay for a ticket to participate in the movement, then I start to look a little sketchy. In my opinion.
Wait, as a person that's done it, the movement ain't free. Everything I've ever done to this content, I did it out of my own pocket. I flew to St. Louis and covered that killing them black women. I did that out of my own pocket. You know what I'm saying? So when does it even out to where it's like, fam, this is what I do anyway, and shouldn't I be able to benefit from it because this is what I do?
Well, as soon as you start a nonprofit, you can start making the money that you need to make out of it because the government gives money out to nonprofits like it ain't nothing. That's why my nonprofit's gonna be teaching these kids these darky kids and the marginalized communities how to swim and about the ocean. That's a real thing coming.
Well,
so yeah, start a nonprofit and get it out there.
I just like I said, Ted. I mean, I get it.
Let me read this. Hold on 1 second. Let me read this cash app. It says, correction, they are guilty by association. All those white children. God damn it. That's what it says.
So Taz, let me ask you, do you think there is like a line though? Like a line that you can cross over in terms of what's it called? Damn, why am I missing on the word? What were we just talking about? Grifting and non-grifting? Like when in terms of like making the money off of the movement, do you think there's a line in terms of grifting and non-grifting?
I think it only matters with black folks.
I just think it's blurry. I think it's blurry though, Sway. I don't think it's not a line. I'm sure. I would argue there's a line, but where is it? It's blurry.
It is somewhat blurry. I mean, I think for most people, because you start asking different people's opinions. For me, it's not that blurry necessarily. But I don't know. I think of churches, right? And I think there's a difference for when you're asking for commerce from your communion of people to keep the church afloat and have the bills paid and for them to be able to go there to worship God, because that's just, electricity isn't free, to the point where now you're asking for money to the point where you're having Rolls Royces and Rolexes and all these other extra things outside of God, and you're asking for money to keep those things afloat. I think it starts to become a grift. Those
That's
type
crazy.
of that type of difference, in my opinion, is apparent. It's like you're not asking for us to keep the church afloat. You're asking us to make you rich.
That's kind of crazy to me. Sway, do you think Donald Trump is grifting?
I don't know about Donald Trump to be able to answer. What are you referencing?
Yeah, we got Trump shoes, Trump tower, Trump this. It's a grift on his own thing. It's a grift. It's literally we can say it's not, but the man's grifting on his own name, and it is what it is. If people buy it, they choose to buy it. But I don't know what the grift besides because again, in less than 2 years he'll be out of office. So
slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
Damn. It says, that's crazy. It says, kick raccoon spoon, $20. So you got 15 minutes there. Raccoon spoon.
I don't know where you was going with that, Sharon, with that Trump joint, but just to take a little stab at it, right? Just when you said, I'm thinking about it, right? So if we doing Trump's history, absolutely, it's got to be a grip. I mean, how do you go from hanging with Herschel Walker and Mike Tyson to now the head of the white nationalists? So you know what I'm saying? That's a super grip. You know what I'm saying? Super grip.
Yeah, I agree that I think only black folks is not able to benefit off of the things that they do that is considered positive. We're the only ones that consider grifting in a negative light, and I don't understand why. Nobody in the white community looks at Donald Trump doing something grifty. They just like, hey, we're going to support him no matter what. They don't even believe in everything he say. They don't even know if he's doing it correctly or not. They're like, hey, he's moving to move it forward. We're going to spend our money and make sure he get there. I don't know why that's the thing.
A question.
Folks.
I gotta ask one question. I gotta go. I gotta get back to work. So, and from that statement, would you want Black folks to support the Black grift, or would you want us to call out the white grift as well? Or like other races as well? Like, would you want us to not be cool with all races not grifting, or would you rather us be cool with Black people grifting?
I think we should be cool with Black grifting in the right cause. Al Sharpton is grifting in the right cause. Well, if he become a billionaire off of it doesn't matter to me. Is he going to help bring attention to this young man? That's good. Is he going to help bring attention to Carmelo? That's good. I don't give a damn how much money. If he get a Rolls Royce over it, oh well.
Are we trying to
keep bringing the attention to the injustices that we actually need? That should be the main focal point, in my opinion.
What if it doesn't get you the outcomes you want based on? Well, I don't even care about that. So we want us to support Black people grifting.
As long as it's in the right sense.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
But the problem
I had
is,
another question.
The problem is y'all want the Black person that is for Black people to do it for free. That's a problem.
No, nobody said did it for free, bro. I just want you to get your
y'all
information
are.
right.
Yes,
no, we're not.
You are absolutely, because you saying that they gotta have a limit to it. Hey, you could eat, but if you get a rollie off of it, then we got a problem. You could eat, but if you get a Rolls Royce off of it, then we have a problem. That's an issue. Because all that means is saying that if the person gets big enough and he could accumulate enough people to get the attention where he could get so much money that he's doing the right thing and also he's living a great lifestyle, that's when people have a problem with it. That is a huge issue for me.
But you shouldn't be, like I said, I don't think you should be worried about what it's all about what they doing, bro, their actions. If they there for the grip, bro, and they again doing what you saying doing, if they helping, then I don't see it as a grip, bro.
So my question, are we trying to say that grift in itself as a word doesn't have a negative meaning to it? Like it's a word that we are putting a negative connotation to, like manipulation? We put a negative connotation to it. Is that what you're trying to say? That in itself to grift isn't a negative thing? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, so grifting, if we was to go by the dictionary version of it, then yes, it's negative. But the way how people use it today, anything that you are doing that people disagree with, they call it a grift. They say I'm grifting towards women all the time. But this is what I've been saying before I got paid.
Hold on.
Like, this is really my actual thoughts and how I feel about things. Right? So like the way how people use it now, go ahead.
No, I was trying to figure out like what is the definition of grift and what are you trying to say?
The definition of grift is when you agreeing with something for nefarious reasons. And you're trying to trick and fool the people for nefarious reasons. And you're trying to make money off of it. When you don't actually believe it, you don't walk what you're saying, and you just talk and talk.
So the question I got for you, Sharon, is
a fraudulent or dishonest scheme.
Positive?
Well, it says a fraudulent or dishonest scheme, swindle, or con game. As a verb, it means to obtain money or property through deceit, trickery, or fraud rather than physical force. Someone who engages in these activities is known as a grifter. So I don't know if I would want that. Even if it was in a sense of like, I guess you were trying to say be positive.
That's why I was
what I'm saying is that. No, what I'm saying is that, like,
probably not with the textbook definition. I'm sure he wasn't saying that with the dictionary definition. He's saying with the way we use it today.
Right.
Because I agree with the Al Sharpton example, even though I think Al Sharpton is probably the worst face to put in front of a major story. He's right for being there, though. He's not wrong for being there.
Right, I follow you. Yeah.
No, well, I get what he's. Well, I don't necessarily know if I get what he's saying. I'll ask another question. Are you saying, like, let's say, can I use names on here? I know some channels don't want me to use names.
Yeah.
Okay, so like we want Jay Prince being the face of like any form of advocacy.
No,
because he don't advocate for anything.
That's what I'm saying. But if he did, like, if he decided to become what he isn't and start to quote unquote grift the positive narrative, would we want to make money? Would we want him to do that? Like, would we want to support that type of person?
No, so he would be the textbook definition. He would be the textbook definition of grift. But on today, they would call me and Taz a grifter as soon as we start making money. Taz is only going to the femicide march because he's a grifter. Taz is only defending black women because he's a grifter. Sharon is only saying this because he got women at his channel. That's the issue that we are running into.
Right.
They trying to make it seem like Taz got some kind of negative situation that he is lying by supporting a femicide march when that's just who he is.
So instead of telling them that they wrong or not even caring about their work, the grip that they think that you guys do, because obviously you're not doing a grip. If you think about what you just got through saying, if you're saying you and Taz is doing these certain type of things, it's not in nefarious ways. It's not, so you're not doing a grip.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
It's not even a grip to begin with.
That's what I'm saying.
But the issue is, okay, when they loosen the term, like, because the term is loosened to use every day. So I think if we look at the definition and then take what they've done to the definition, they've taken away from the definition the outright negative part of it. So to use it in other ways where it ain't just outright you trying to snake somebody. Because if you look at the definition, that's just a snake, right? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of words we can use for that definition. But when you take it out of that and just throw it in, let's say a doing YouTube content conversation, is like, wait, fam, hold on. I actually agree with what I'm saying. I'm not just saying it, but to the outside party at times, it's like, I don't agree with you, so it must be a grift. And again, it's using it in the term of, oh, you deceived, you stealing, you. They're not even using it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even a switch of a position is considered a grift. I didn't agree with that. I saw this. Now I agree with this because I saw this. Somebody's going to call that a grift, even though I'm telling you, fam, I changed my mind because of what I saw. I can show you why I changed my mind. They'll still call it a grift.
Correct.
Exactly. So they basically use
the word. And then also, in the next issue that we have in, they would tell the GOAT, like, oh, why should you get paid for doing what you do? It was just crazy to me. Because he's proficient at it.
You know, and it's crazy because now I don't hear that as much. But initially, man, when I first got on YouTube, it was a lot of that as a question, like, well, why should anybody pay you for looking up a news story and report? And it's like,
right.
Well, shit, why the fuck do y'all pay CNN? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why does everybody else get paid for doing it? Why shouldn't a focal point on black or black women or black people? What's the pushback when it comes to us? Because you're not going to say that when it comes to others focusing on news that applies to them. You're not going to say they grifted.
That's the issue that I have with it. And that's why I was like, hey, look, if Al Sharpton is giving the proper attention, who cares if he get a Rolls Royce off of it? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just do what you're supposed to do. Don't go down there, embarrass us, none of that. And I'm perfectly fine with it. Just, you know, do what you're supposed to do and get on to the next case and highlight that one. You know what I'm saying? That's if I got any pushback for Al, because not Ben usually when you see his name, it's a case you ain't heard of, to be honest. Ben literally is tied to cases nobody's heard of. Al, I think, again, people have become familiar with him on TV. His name is well known, and at times that can become a detriment. But like Sharon said, you got to show me where you're doing something wrong, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't did nothing wrong.
That's the part. That's the part I'm looking for. And we should not go out of our way as black men to say, yeah, he's a bullshit artist. Like, why would we do that? These other folks don't do that to even the ones that they know are bullshit. The ones that they actually know is bullshit artists. They don't even do that to them. They actually know the bullshit artist, and they will push that like he's the smartest person in the world. Get him promoted all the way to the goddamn United States president. They know damn well that man's a bullshit artist. They know.
They put his ass in there twice. You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell
So, like,
me
for me,
nothing.
I don't, you know, I don't give a damn what y'all say. Taz my dog. Like, fuck y'all talking
Yeah,
about?
they put his ass in office twice, bro. We are not in the same conversation. Not only did you put him in office twice, you put him in office the second time after he got convicted of 34 felonies. Miss me. Miss me.
And they don't even care that he made more money off of crypto this term than anybody else in the world. They don't even care. Right. They're like, oh, so what? That's okay. He's supposed to make money. What? Since when? Since when that was okay?
Yeah, they
since when that was okay, bro? But for some reason, we need, you know what I'm saying? Like, for some reason, we get too caught up in, like, this person, a black person got to be Jesus for us to be like, okay. And even if it is Jesus, they be like, still, but you Jesus, why you need us to support you financially, Jesus? Can't you turn water into wine, Jesus? Can't you walk on water, Jesus? It's crazy to me.
Yeah, leave
For
it up.
some strange reason, we do. It's very difficult to support the people that is attempting to be as productive as they can. They want to always try to pull us out into the point where we are screaming and yelling and saying mother effer and the N-word. It's weird.
I sort of kind of missed past 5 minutes because I was getting phone calls. However, in terms of your guys, I agree with you necessarily. Y'all not grifting. I think it's a bad choice of words. And I wouldn't even call you guys these two words, but I feel like it probably would fit people's feelings about y'all more is like simps or clout chasers. But I wouldn't call it like I'm not, like I said, I don't think now necessarily are these things. I just terms of like what they are trying to call you and or their emotions about it, it doesn't fit a grifter. It fits more of a simp or a clout chaser. That's what I see.
And even with those two words, that's just crazy, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
But unfortunately,
that is insane.
I get what he's saying. I heard that, even though I don't agree. But it's funny when Sway says it in a serious tone because, unfortunately, we all heard it. We heard those terms out there being used, and of course, it doesn't apply, but it is being said. Unfortunately, we heard it. Come on, man.
Yeah, this is why. I think people really don't want to have that conversation. I wish somebody would try me with that. Like, I feel like the simps are the ones that are like trying their best to get women to come up on panels and argue with them and running shows every day. And you know what I'm saying? You talking to them in the background, nigga, you in their inbox and whatnot. Like when I get off of here, I'm done. You're in a Discord with them. Like what's a simp for real?
Right. Bar, I agree.
Like I said, I just think simp or clout chaser doesn't necessarily have a negative connotation. I think we give it that. Now, grifter, I think is just a negative. Like, I don't think
simp. You don't think simp has a negative connotation automatically?
Simp and clout chaser is definitely negative.
So that's my thing. Like, maybe you have a better argument for simp, Taz. I don't really want to argue that, but like clout chaser, I think it's like a redundant thing. Like if you're in a game of like you're a YouTuber, it's like what else would you be doing if not that? Like every time you post content, you post content is quote unquote a clout chaser. Every time you post a cool, attractive thumbnail, you're you wouldn't be doing your job in a sense. It'd be, you know what I mean? That's kind of stupid. So it's like in that sense. Go ahead.
I understand how you're trying to flip it, but people use the word clout chaser in a negative light. Nobody actually uses it in a positive way. Oh man, you the best clout chaser, man. Like I ain't never seen nobody chase clout the way how you do.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's why we give it a negative connotation. It's the same with like manipulation. Like we give that word a negative connotation. You could manipulate somebody to do better things, but we use it in a negative way. So I just think it's more synonymous with that. Now, grifter, I don't think you can flip it to being a positive thing. I think it's always negative.
I like the way this way you put that because I would have to ask which one would be more detrimental for somebody to tell you that you're a grifter or you're a clout chaser. If you're a content creator and you coming on here doing reactions, you giving your commentary to videos that is being popularized all over YouTube, which one would you know what I'm saying, it's more detrimental? People coming over there saying, putting it on your name. Would you want them to say, well, he's a clout chaser? Or would you be like, oh, he over here grifting on his channel?
Neither one, to be honest, because both of them is going to be produced as negative. Because a clout chaser is the way how they use it is somebody that is fake as well. Somebody that just do anything for attention. That's like a little hoe. LOL, shout out to the Cash App. LOL, ask that man, is he on the right page? Simp. Thank you so much. He just left though, so hopefully when he come back. But you know, I also I have hey Taz, did you see that Mississippi judge that spoke about it?
No, I haven't watched that yet. I seen that video like 45 minutes long, so I ain't watched it yet. I heard about it.
It's
though.
45. Let me check it right now. It's 45 minutes long. That's crazy.
I didn't see. So I seen the videos on. I think it was on Hype. That's where I saw it at. So I thought it was
okay.
All the time.
What were they saying,
Come on
Sean?
in and hear from the horse's mouth. Someone who has the
I think
authority
this one's a shorter version.
sign
Maybe this one that gets right
not only
to
search warrants, but arrest warrants. Someone who presided over initial appearances, arraignments, and preliminary hearings for those accused of murder and other heinous crimes in Mississippi. I can talk now that I am a retired judge. Had I still been sitting as an active judge, I could not give you my opinion about an ongoing matter. But now I'm a retired judge and I'm a practicing lawyer in Tennessee. And I reside in Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm from the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And I know the law, and I can give you my unfiltered opinion about what I believe.
Get to it, sir.
Should be occurring now or in the near future. Come on in. I have time tonight.
You got time,
I have
okay.
time.
Okay. Let me skip past. You got time. I don't want to.
I'll be happy to experience.
Oh, this nigga sounds like Willie D.
The black robe, and I've presided over these trials or preliminary hearings, arraignments, and initial appearances.
What does that mean, sir?
Let's get started.
Please.
So what do you
goddamn.
know?
That's crazy. It's 2 minutes and 38 seconds in, and he didn't get started yet. God damn. They could have cut all that too.
We know after watching the parents' interview and reviewing tons of footage from social media, recounting interviews, statements of alleged witnesses that were on Horn Island. We know that Nolan Wells went to spend the night on July the 3rd with his so-called friends. And he went with those so-called friends to Horn Island on a boat. On July the 4th.
We
know that out of the 4 people on that boat,
only
one did not return home.
Okay.
That one person was Nolan Wells.
Okay, we got that
The other
too.
3 returned home as normal.
I don't know normal.
Said nothing.
They said something to the wrong people.
Member of law enforcement or to the Coast Guard until at least 11 p.m. at night.
Okay, I agree with
July
that.
the 4th. We know that at least one of the so-called friends was found with the phone of Nolan Wells.
Can I speed this shit
and
up?
We know this based on the testimony of the parents, specifically the mother, who tracked the phone and was led to the home of one of the young men where she retrieved the phone. We also know
what else?
That based on the mother's testimony, that
goddamn, him will sound normal now.
Right.
He almost sounds normal talking so goddamn soul, trying to milk it for every word, everything is worth. So now maybe this person that, if y'all was saying the things that y'all saying about Al Sharpton, y'all saying about him, maybe I will understand. Maybe I can understand then. Because this, I don't know.
Snapchat. There were no Snapchats from the day, which was very odd for her son. We also know that text messages were deleted.
Okay.
We know that when she was tracking the phone, Life 360 said the phone was one place and Snapchat said it was another place.
Okay.
We know that the boy that had the phone did not voluntarily turn it over, call first. He had to be found through their own investigation. We know that based on witnesses' account, the so-called friends were seen on July the 5th, that Sunday, having breakfast together like nothing had happened. They were not out there searching for their so-called friend.
What's your point, Judge?
We know that the so-called friends deleted their social media, deactivated their accounts, and scrubbed it clean if the allegations are correct.
We know that too.
We know that the young man or the young man that had the car at his house did not willingly turn over the keys. At first, he said that he did not have the keys. He didn't know where they were. Then he, after being pressed by the father, he finally turned over the keys. This is all.
No, this is sped up, Shadow.
Very suspicious activity. We know that based on an audio recording and some video that Nolan Wells can be heard saying, "Give me my freaking keys." Excuse me, give me my freaking phone. And there's been two different versions. Some said he said, "Give me my freaking phone," or some say he said, "Give me my MF phone." Regardless, he was asking or demanding his phone. Someone had his phone who did not have permission to have his phone.
Correct.
So the first thing I see, the simplest thing I see is who had his phone and why, and was that theft of the phone? Sometimes we look at the largest case, we try to get to murder, but the person that took his phone committed a crime right there. There are witnesses to who took that phone. If an affidavit is signed, an arrest warrant could be signed by a judge in Mississippi to go after that person that had that phone unlawfully. We know, based on his own words, Nolan Wells' words while he was alive, he did not give whoever had that phone permission to have that phone. So was that theft? I think if an affidavit is signed, if it was presented to me when I was a judge, I would have signed an arrest warrant for the person for theft of that phone. Okay. Based on what I've heard. It had to be an affidavit format, but if it was presented to me, an affidavit format from law enforcement, I would sign the arrest warrant for, at least at this point, theft of the man's phone. We know who had it. We know who didn't report it to the family. The family had to go find it, and we know that Nolan Wells did give it back to him, and never did it. It was not given back to him. Why was that?
Okay.
Yeah, I got a problem. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that, Sharon.
It took him a long time, but he finally got there. OG, god damn.
No, he's still taking the information, bro. That's already been dismissed, bro. Like the people already came out and said that wasn't his phone, bro. It literally dude came out and said it was his phone. He was the one that they were talking. It wasn't Noah, bro. So they
already came out saying that was not Nolan's phone at
the
all.
video that they got, bro, where the person is on the boat and they supposed to be two people arguing down there, and he's saying, "Hey man, give me my phone." The dude went on team. They had a whole interview with the dude, bro. He told them, bro, that wasn't Noah. Like literally, they said that boy was in the water on that they didn't show on the camera. So he was talking. That's a whole different situation.
Got you. Okay.
It don't make no sense to me, man. And I don't understand why none of them didn't give up none of the boy. If it's an accident, like we said earlier, his possession should have been gave over to his parents with no question. Hey, we don't know, or better yet, y'all should have been taking that stuff to his parents, letting them know, man, hey, we just had an accident on the boat. Hey, we need y'all to go out there. You know what I'm saying? No, this is what I'm expecting to hear, but I'm not hearing none of this. So, I mean, we got all type of information coming towards us. I'm gonna have to just wait until they, you know what I'm saying, figure it all out and charge somebody or do what they're gonna do. Because at this point, I don't know what direction to go in with the story. I don't know if the boy was deleted there on the island. I don't know if he was deleted on land. I don't even know if they was in between when he so-called this stuff happened. Like they don't really know nothing, but they seem like they ain't getting the information that they want for people, or they already got it and just not telling us. So,
and I can definitely agree with you there. For the record, to me, that judge, and I'm not leaning anyway, he sounded so damn biased already. I wonder why he's not a judge anymore. I wonder if he retired. He looked kind of young to retire, but I digress. But the points that you made, OG, is very valid. You don't know where this transgression took place in, out the water. We don't know if it was a struggle. We don't know anything. So I want to see more evidence, but I'm hearing a lot of scenarios. Unfortunately, great scenarios. A lot of them sound like he was actually had people put their hands on him, and it was straight up malintent out the gate. I'm not hearing a lot of it could possibly be a prank gone wrong. As a judge or someone's honestly being impartial, you don't know what happened. So, but it's fine though. I like these conversations. I mean, it's cool, but I wanted to see more evidence. But it is quote unquote suspicious to individuals who question about getting the lawyer, which I don't think is it's your right to get one, but you know, it could come across the other way. I mean, you know, I land.
I like it. Did we hear what Jasmine Crockett had to say about it?
I didn't know she said anything about it.
All right, so I'm breaking news for OG Duday. I feel special now. I'm breaking news.
No, I just don't listen to her, bro. I don't listen to none of them like that.
Well, you better listen to your black queen.
Oh, boy, you better stop playing.
Nolan Wells. So for those that did not understand or could not conceptualize how it was that a little black kid could be afraid of a group of white children, all I have to say is somehow Nolan Wells is deceased. And something tells me it wasn't natural causes for this 18-year-old to die who left his home with a group of white kids.
They do those type of activities on the regular to come back with his phone and not him. How do you have his phone and not him? A million and one things could have happened. He could say, hey, hold my phone. I'm going to jump in and go after this. Whatever the case may be, it's a lot of questions, a lot of
for them to keep saying that there's no findings of any foul play is just absolutely amazing to me.
I have no idea, what's going to happen, but another good friend, Ben Crump, is on that case, and we know that Nolan's body has been transported to Washington, D.C., where there will be an independent autopsy that will be conducted. But this 18-year-old didn't just die. And even if he had, if you, my friend, just another PSA, somebody call the authorities.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even understand. Like, you more concerned about having my phone than you are about having my body? Like, at a very minimum, even if he had passed out, like, put him on the boat and take him ashore. So, I mean, we will see what happens. We know that there's stories of, potential partying things that may have been going on. But at the end of the day, like, y'all know we've always had a buddy system.
Right.
Like, we don't leave each other. Like, that is crazy and wild. But again, there are certain cultural things that we do. And that is why it is so important to make sure, again, that you show up for jury duty. Because let's say something does happen and there are charges that come about. People need to understand what was going on specifically on both sides. And that is why we are supposed to have juries of our peers.
But it happens all the time. I'm glad you spoke on it, man. Thank you. I just got to touch on that. You said it, but as a black man, I got to say it too. Listen, when y'all going there for that jury duty, I know it ain't but $25 for that day, those days, a few weeks, however long you got to do it. You have to be a part of the system if you want to play or be able to go against it. You got to know how it works. And everybody walks away from the opportunity to be a part of the grand scheme of things and making a difference. So I just want to put it out there. Thank you for touching on it.
I like everything that was said.
Beauty, Sharon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask. Do anybody disagree with it? Yeah, go ahead, Otis. I was gonna ask, and you started answering before I even asked. So go ahead, Otis.
Yeah, I agree with everything that she was saying. I really, really do. I mean, I really have no pushback at all. Valid points that everyone is asking on the grand scheme of things. I mean, so yeah, and on the smaller thing, if you have any questions about the system, you have to play the game. You have to be on the chessboard. You have to be on the board properly. You have to be. So, and part of it is being on the jury. And that is a big, big, big issue. People don't want to go because you're making way less than what you're making in your regular job. It's a waste of time. But that person on that defense side, especially if they're quote unquote innocent, if they don't see your kind in that jury, we already know what happens. So I get it.
All right. So I think I exhausted this one for today.
Yes, sir.
This was good. This was good. And we was able to stay on topic the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. I enjoyed this This was a great conversation today.
Yes, sir. It was. It was. I'm not going to say I learned some things. I still stood on my point, but I definitely see both sides. I just want to see more stuff come out. I want to see more stuff come out. The bare minimum negligence is definitely a part of it. It really is. But unfortunately, I have a feeling, being real, it might come out to be something a little bit more. But let's just wait to see what happens.
Let's wait and see. I agree. I think our suspicions is correct, and we need more information. We need something that shows a timeline of what actually happened. That's what we need. We need a real timeline that makes sense. Because as of right now, we do not have a timeline that makes any sense. So we got to keep on pushing it out there, keep on forcing the issue. Shout out to all the people that's doing the right thing by hitting the like button, hitting the share button, talking at press conferences, doing what they got to do. Ben, Al, the parents, these parents, I think, is doing a very good job as well. The mother spoke and the father spoke. I think that was very important that both parents spoke. Unlike with Carmelo Anthony, we only heard one parent. I think it was very important to see both of them speak and be together with this situation. Just wanting to get proper investigation, proper information is all they asking for. They ain't trying to say anything else. Just make it make sense. Why everybody else baby came home and not mine? Make that make sense. And with that note, we're up out of here. We'll see y'all mañana.
Yes, sir.
Nothing wrong with being. Let me